In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for keeps?
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Radical.
Gone are the days of pods and cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because all of us on the panel are Maso Manos from the same generation, and we happen to think that it's the best one, not because we're better than you as people, but our movies and entertainment certainly are better than yours. So strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore while simultaneously complaining about the utter filth that Hollywood keeps churning out of its sludge pipes on a daily basis. How's everybody doing?
I am doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good. I didn't stutter through the intro at all, and I think I've messed it up like the last 10 times.
No, that was good. You did a great job. I just did my first finances with my wife, monthly finances, so that's exciting.
Very good,
That's
very
not
good.
really monumental.
Nice.
It's just kind of, I thought it was kind of cool.
This
It's a lot more fun than doing it alone.
is just dragging down the show already.
Not really saying all that much.
Jeez. We were off to like a good start, and then dang.
all right, fine. I finished book 5 of Dungeon Crawler Car. How's that?
It's a good one.
That's
It's the best
good.
one.
I've been blowing through them. They're phenomenal. I really enjoyed book 5.
Book
See,
5 is the
which
best
one was
book.
book 5? Is that
That's the best one.
That's he's
Butcher's
on
Masquerade.
floor 6.
It's the Butcher's Masquerade.
that
It's-
doesn't help? Okay, Butcher's Masquerade. There
it's
you
the,
go.
it's the one with the hunters, David. It's the one with the hunters.
That
It's
one's
real
really
good.
good.
And it's the one with Vra and her mom and that stuff that happens between them.
It might be my second favorite.
Yeah.
There's only there. We're on 7, right?
Actually,
Book 8
I
is
don't
not
know.
out.
The Iron Tangle was pretty freaking awesome. As well.
Iron Tangle was really good.
That
I
was
really
super
enjoyed Iron
great.
Tangle.
That's not the name of the book, but
What's the last book in the series? Is it 7 or 8?
No,
this
was
the Parade of Horribles is number 8.
7 or 8?
7 was the free for all. 7 was This Inevitable Ruin, where they had the Guild Wars, and the last one was book 8, which was
I was forgetting about Eye of the Bedlam.
oh, that one's good too, though.
Bedlam
Eye
Bride.
of the Bedlam
Oh.
Bride.
They just
So-
after book 3, they just keep
Oh, wow.
getting better and better. The first 2 books are fun, but they're not amazing or anything, and I think they just keep getting better and better after that.
Yeah, book
100%. They do keep getting better and better. It's really impressive.
Book 8 is fantastic. It's probably the second best book. There's
I
something.
think
There's
book
something
8 is my
special.
favorite.
There's something special about book 5. Like it's just it reaches levels of peak that just it's hard to. It's
I
hard
think
to.
book 8 surpassed it. It was phenomenal.
Book 8 is really good. The end. Here's my without you spoiler free. Book 8 is Fires of Heaven. It's not the best book. It's the best ending in the entire series. The ending is phenomenal, and it hits like a truck.
It's pretty good.
And
I
the
don't know,
book is great,
the
but it's
ending of
not
8
the
was
best
phenomenal
book.
too, though. the ending of 8, I think, was on par with it, and the rest of book 8 was.
I'm
amazing.
saying 8. That's what I said. 8. I'm
Oh, I
talking
thought
about
you said-
book 8.
I thought you said 6.
No, I said book
No,
8.
he said
Maybe
8.
Book 8 is Fires of Heaven. It's
No,
the greatest.
I disagree.
It's a phenomenal book. It's the greatest ending in the entire series, but it's not the best book.
Okay, I think it's the best so far.
Book
But
5 is hands.
they're all good.
And
The
Mark
point is, first two
dislike
books
and
are
Mark's
fun.
and
The
it's
rest of the books are
Mark's
awful.
least favorite book. So, and since he
Yeah.
pays the bills around here, it can't be unanimously the best book of the
There you
series.
go.
So, Mark keeps the lights on, so we have to agree with him.
Yep. Yep.
We got some
Is
wonderful.
Is that why
people
my
in the-
lights are so
Yeah.
dim?
Page Shills over here.
We've got some wonderful people in the chat. We've got Mark Clark, who we were only 3 minutes late. Let's see. Oh, it's all you guys. It's just Mark and us in the chat. Oh no, we got. Nope, that's you too.
Mhm.
Well, Fabion's there.
I'm scrolling down. Oh, we got Fadeon. There we go. Ain't watching Spider-Man. We'll talk about Spider-Man for sure. 8. No. Book 8 of Dungeon Crawler Carl is to the Dungeon Crawler Carl series what Fires of Heaven is to the Wheel of Time. Yes, I know 8 is Path of Daggers.
Oh, because I didn't get that reference. I haven't finished Wheel of
You
Time
should.
yet.
You should. It's good. David's almost done. He's on the last book.
Yep, I'm.
Promise, Dungeon
40%
Crawler Carl
through
is
the
much
last book.
easier to read.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm
We'll-
sipping on a
Once
Mountain Dew.
once I catch up to Dungeon Crawler, I'm reading Narnia.
I know this
Sorry,
is
Mountain.
extremely interesting to everyone else. I'm sipping on a
Nice.
Mountain Dew right now, and I haven't gotten back on the diet since I friggin' sprained the heck out of my ankle and tore ligaments. I need to get back onto it soon, probably hopefully next week. But I got someone gave me a sugar version of the Mountain Dew that I've been drinking pretty much nonstop. But this is the first time I've had it with sugar, and it
Yeah.
tastes like it's the same, but it's hitting different.
Yeah.
Have you?
I
have
think
you
I
gained a
prefer-
lot of weight when you're not on the
I think I
diet?
prefer the sugar-free version, if I'm being honest.
Well,
think that-
yeah. Once you
think it
get
tastes
used
better
to the
sugar-free.
sugar-free version,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still great. I have not watched.
To each their own, I
So my life
suppose.
exploded. Okay. Charles got married and ruined my life.
heck yeah.
I freaking
baby.
broke my foot. Okay, and then I missed for some reason. Two fantastic authors let me interview them, and that's been consuming my every waking hour trying to edit those videos.
Yeah.
So no, I haven't watched Rio Bravo. But I've watched a lot of TV, and if I'm being honest, it's because I forgot. I need to watch Rio Bravo. Also, it's kind of hard to find. Was that the one I couldn't find streaming? At least legally. Oh no, it's on Hulu. Okay, I have no excuses. No, that requires an add-on. See? I'd have to purchase it or go to the library. Oh my goodness. Can't be bothered to do that. I'm gonna watch it, I promise. I'm sorry it's taken like 3 months. Charles's paid actress made him dinner, so that's what he's doing. It should make it easier to not eat. Yeah, but I had to travel too, and so I was like, okay, I was gonna like try and maintain the diet in New Mexico, and then I sprained my ankle, and I was like, oh, there's just too many things to worry about right now. I'm gonna eat some cake. So I need to get back onto it. I know I'm slacking. So
Yeah. Same here.
I need to start losing weight again. Anyway, the point of the story is Spider-Man, I guess. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got
That
Spider-Man.
is the point of the story.
We've got the MCU in general. We've got
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon. We've got Silo. I'll give you guys an update on Lucky, and I think that's probably the last time I want to talk about this show.
I also finished Widow's Bay, so if everyone here's watched that, we can finally. talk
David finished
spoilers.
Widow's Bay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah,
Did you watch it, Jared?
I did. Yep.
Nice.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, we've all seen it.
I
then.
quite like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
I'd love to talk about it a little bit. Just
Our dad watched
30
it
minutes
too.
maybe.
I should text him. I don't know. I know I watched the first 2 episodes with him when we were down there. I know he's finished it since, and he's been binging shows on my Apple account. And he keeps texting me, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this show? It's, have you seen Keep Fear?"
He doesn't
You
have a
gotta watch it." I
job
was
anymore.
like, "Oh no,
He's got
That
nothing
was-
to do but watch shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he's retired. Well, he's got lots to do.
During-
There's lots
yeah,
of
you're
right.
repairs
He
around
does.
the house.
he works like crazy during the day, and then towards the late
then just
afternoon, evening,
watches
he just
TV.
crashes and just watches TV and falls asleep.
It's usually World War II documentaries, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he's
He does watch a lot of
he is
documentaries.
enjoying my Apple TV account quite a bit. I need to ask him what he thought of Widow's Bay. 'Cause
As
that was
are we all.
phenomenal. So there's going to be spoilers. We got to start with Spider-Man, right? That's the headline.
That's the big one.
That's
Well-
the headline. We'll start off mostly spoiler-free, and then we'll put up the.
Unless there's any
ticker.
shows that you want to do no spoilers on, like
Okay, here's my update for Lucky. This was a show on Apple TV. It looked interesting. Anya Taylor-Joy is in it. Charles thinks she's attractive. I think she looks like
She is.
Golem.
She's one of my celebrity
I think she
crushes.
looks like a hot Golem. Schmiegel.
And that's something?
yeah,
I'm saying.
Don't kink
Why am I
shame.
saying Golem? It's Gollum.
Golem.
yeah.
I'm tired.
She is a golem. Not Gollum, a golem.
That's
Right.
honestly,
Yeah.
I think that's my
Yeah.
favorite joke. That's my favorite joke that I've done on the show was when they cast Anya Taylor-Joy in The Hunt for Gollum. My announcement was that they've cast her as Gollum because that's who she looks like. Her eyes are so far apart.
She does have freakishly large eyes.
She's
for
got
her
larger
small
eyes.
face.
I think it works for her.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It goes without saying.
Hey, it's okay to,
She's one of my
to
celebrity crushes.
be attracted to freaky stuff, but she is a little freaky.
Yeah, no, I admit
It's
it. Yeah, she's
okay
a
to
little
find her attractive, but she's a little different.
unorthodox.
She's a little different.
She definitely has a different look.
update-
That is true.
Point of the
That's
story
right.
is there's an Apple TV show called Lucky where she stars in it, and it's like a, it's a con show, right? It's a. Her dad taught her how to be a con artist, and she's getting out of sticky situations. I think we're 4 episodes deep right now. The first episode starts off phenomenally. Like the first 10 minutes are like, wow, this is a really good setup for a show. This story is interesting, and I talked about it last time. And then this freak of nature walks on screen, and you're supposed to believe that she's the leader of the FBI. And
Right.
the show
Not
just
Anya Taylor-Joy.
refuses to let you suspend your disbelief because she's terrible. And I even paused it, and I'm like, okay, let's make sure I'm not doing a racism. Let's see. Maybe she's a phenomenal actress. And I was not being racist.
Do you have a picture of her?
He pulled it up yet on last week's stream. But
Oh,
I thought you
Yeah,
said you.
I was
you
starting to
watched
say
it,
this
Charles.
before the. I was starting to say this before the stream, but like I think it's always a good like rule of thumb to say, okay, if you were to take this everything else and just change the skin of the skin color of the actor, would it be suddenly better? And because the performance is so terrible and unbelievable, and there's other physical characteristics, that it just it's not necessarily
Yeah,
about that. Now you can trace back to the idea that like maybe the casting was done with the intention of having a person of color in there, and therefore may not have been looking for the best actor to begin
I
with.
checked-
That's
yeah.
that I think is the biggest criticism to be made against that sometimes.
I
you know?
checked myself. I paused the show, and I was like, okay, just let's make sure you're not doing a racism, okay? But she walks in looking like this,
that
Yeah, that's Charles's job.
but wearing a
not
suit,
that outfit.
right?
Not that
No,
outfit.
this
Yeah,
is
okay.
this
that
is
That's
haircut,
an interesting
though.
look.
this is
And
the
that-
haircut that she got for
Okay, I was
the
gonna
show.
say, not that outfit, but still.
So her hair looks better normally, like in normal pictures. She got this. This is her current haircut.
Is that the same actress for?
She would look better like this. This looks more FBI kind of. This would be better.
Yeah.
She got this new perm and dye job for the TV show, and she walks in like this. and she's massively overweight, and she's the leader of the FBI. And the and she's terrible. She's a terrible actress. Her dialogue is terrible. Her delivery is terrible. All the it's a chase scene. They're all supposed to be running, and everyone is except for her because she's literally waddling across the screen. And she's terrible. And the choices that they show her making in the show are retarded. So maybe she is perfectly cast.
So I was gonna say, like, we're supposed to say that's unrealistic and silly, but have you looked at the real life leaders, like police chiefs and all that? It's honestly, there's a point where it is reflecting of reality now, where we have these ridiculous DEI chief of staff and whatnot.
We're
do their job.
We're supposed to be working on that though. Pete said that. Pete said no more fat generals.
Exactly.
But ugly people deserve love too. Yeah, but you don't put them in charge of the FBI.
No, he's talking about that's a response to me liking Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
here's the thing.
Yeah.
The show is entertaining enough, but like with episode there are two reasons to watch. Anya Taylor-Joy bounces a lot because she is frequently on the run, and that's it. There's another.
Those are both reasons.
Those are both the reasons.
Yep.
Like she is fantastic, and her dad is fantastic in the show. He's what's his face? Timothy Oliphant. He's phenomenal. Honestly, everyone else in the show is fantastic.
Yeah.
There's another female character in a position of power, and she's wonderful. Annette Bening. She's phenomenal. You got William Fitchner as well. He's great. Like the rest of the cast is fantastic. It's just this crazy character that you can't take seriously. And then episode 4, I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Episode 4 had the most plot conveniences, like that. It was just like, you've got to be kidding. This is retarded. It's insane that all of this is like, none of this would have happened. And you're supposed to take it seriously. Every time you want to settle in, the show will do something that you're like, oh, I can't believe this. So I wanted to like it. I 90% sure I'm not going to watch the next episode. It's not great. So that's my review of spoiler of Lucky. It's fine.
Lucky.
It's aggressively average. It would be better if they fixed it. So Spider-Man's. Let's do some Marvel news first.
Okay.
We got a poster.
That's about right?
I'm 60% sure that this is a fan-made poster, but it's really hard to tell.
It really is.
Yeah.
Is that Loki in the back?
That's
It is. He's actually in the official one that they released with Doom in the background.
Is Loki in the movie there?
Yes, Loki is in the trailer.
He's in the trailer too.
Oh,
You see him in the
I
trailer.
haven't watched any. I don't watch trailers nowadays.
Dude, I cannot
This is not a
wait.
bad idea.
I cannot wait to see this movie. It's going to be
confused.
a dumpster fire.
I'm so confused about Doomsday. I have zero.
This is definitely fan made, 100%.
Yeah, but I have zero interest in seeing it. I don't think that it will turn around at all. I will see it to see the train wreck that it is.
Yep.
But I'm so confused, dude. It's so convoluted. I don't know why they're bringing back Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I don't know what they're doing with the Fantastic
And if you do,
Four and the
announcing
X-Men.
it beforehand and not letting it be a surprise is a bad choice too.
Spoilers, it's even more confusing after seeing Spider-Man. I don't know what they're doing.
With Doom?
No, with what they're doing in Avengers Doomsday.
Because Spider-Man...
Spoilers, yes.
Okay, yeah, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah. So, They're also bringing back Captain America. Like they're bringing both of them back.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
no, they're bringing back Steve Rogers, who is no longer Captain America and refuses to call himself that. Even in press interviews, he is not Captain America anymore.
Right, because
We have Blackton America now.
Passed that to Bucky, or not Bucky.
He should have passed it to Bucky.
Right, he passed it
He
to
gave
Falcon.
it to Falcon.
Yeah. Okay, but like it is obviously it's a terrible choice, but they're obviously doing it to somehow get the people invested again. They think that the reason people stopped watching Marvel is because it no longer had Robert Downey Jr. and they think, oh, this will bring people back to Marvel probably, and they don't realize that it's because they're bad at writing and the writing was significantly worse after Endgame.
I don't know. I'm hoping that they just
but this one's also got the 90s X-Men in it, or 2000s,
Whoa.
right? The 2000s X-Men, and it's got the Fantastic Four from the spin-off universe that's still part of the MC universe, and it's got new X-Men. We're going to replace the X-Men that you love with new ones, and it's got the Thunder Avengers in it. And you like those, and you like those.
I mean, I did like. I think Thunderbolts was a fun movie,
and they've got they've got the Deadpool universe in it now too, because Gambit's in it.
And yep.
Is it and they've been doing a whole bunch of announcements. They announced. We're getting maybe not in this movie, but in the MCU, we have the casting for Skullflame Guide, Ghost Rider, right up here.
Ghost Rider, yep. That was announced at San Diego.
We have Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider, and maybe he'll have a cameo in Doom's Avengers. And so, don't you want to see that? And they've cast Jean Grey now, and they've cast.
Spoilers.
And they've announced it now.
Yeah.
And we have a new Black Panther. Remember how when Chadwick Boseman died, his literal dying wish was, please don't let this character die with me, and recast him. And then they spat on his grave and said, no, we're turning you into a little girl now. Well, it turns out that was the wrong decision, because now we've recast Black Panther. This is hilarious, by the way.
It's going to be his son. It's going to be the one from the...
Yeah, it's Black Panther's son from the movie that no one watched.
Isn't that M'Baku right there? The
no,
please?
I don't know who that is. Oh, this was.
Yeah,
Yeah, but this is the new Black Panther, and he's a Wakanda Forever, and they trot him out on stage and had him stand directly in front of Shuri. This whole interview, she's literally standing behind him going...
Because she was... She becomes a Black Panther, right? And
yeah.
In Wakanda Forever, she's Black Panther now.
They call her Black Panther. Yeah, I haven't seen it because it looked terrible. Yeah. He looks.
It was okay.
This is remarkably good casting. Like he looks.
He looks great.
He looks like he could be Chadwick Boseman's son. They've done some like
side by sides. He's the guy from The Long Walk.
I haven't seen it, but
apparently he was in Alien Romulus too. Apparently, I don't know.
Yeah, he's in Romulus.
Gotcha.
He's the robot. He's really good in Romulus. He's a great actor. He looks like it's great casting to trying to get someone who looks like Chadwick Boseman, who could play his son. Good. It's just hilarious that they're just so desperate. They need people to see Doomsday. There's a reason they made a Spider-Man movie before Doomsday, right before Doomsday. Because undeniably, the success of this movie is going to boost Doomsday a little bit.
100%.
It's going to be like, wow, is Marvel back?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because most people won't realize Marvel didn't make this one, guys. It was Sony.
They produced it the way that they've produced the other ones, but yeah.
Yeah.
They're very... Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's really good. I love that.
Oh, this was funny. Let's see, is this... Okay, we'll do this. Blade's been canceled, and Wonder Man's been canceled. Wonder Man season 2 is canceled. Blade's canceled, and Mahershala
I heard
Ali.
that Wonder Man was officially canceled. Is Blade officially canceled, or is it just based off of the?
Dude, it's canceled. Mahershala Ali came out and trashed them. You had me under contract, dudes. They have billions of dollars. If they wanted to do the movie, we would have done the movie. I feel ready to move on from the Blade questions. Please stop asking them. Those questions are for them. They went through like 30 versions of this script.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't figure out how to get people interested in a Blade movie that was a mask for a girl power movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have they've leaked parts of those scripts.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's Blade's daughter. And Blade is just passing the torch. And you're like,
yeah.
No.
Also, Wesley Snipes has said that he wants to continue to play Blade, and they refuse to keep that actor.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Whatever.
I don't even remember what this is in response to, but probably. I think it's just safe to assume.
I think
he was.
That was probably
it was
when we were
probably
talking about
David
Lucky.
and I too, because we were,
I was just about to say, it probably wasn't the parents, it was probably
we
you
did a lot
guys.
of babysitting. Yeah, we probably intentionally dropped him on his head a couple times.
Yeah, we did a lot of babysatting. This was pretty great though. At San Diego Comic-Con, they announced that Avengers Doomsday will be dedicated to Charlie Kirk's memory. Because September 10th was a real doomsday for us all. Is it going? This is a fake account.
Yes. Yes.
But they also accidentally spoiled Spider-Man. One of the
On the red carpet, but yeah.
Oh,
I think he wrote some of the music for it, and someone asked him a question, and he spoiled the movie.
Oh no!
So
Really,
we can
90% spoiled
We'll do
it since
that.
it was already like 80% spoiled before that. He was
Everyone
like,
knew.
who are you most looking forward to seeing? And he's like, Jean. She's
Everyone
the villain,
knew.
and she's going to be
Right.
awesome.
Everyone
Yeah,
knew
everyone
that.
knew.
Okay, so spoilers. Not spoilers. Everyone knew that
I didn't
Sadie
know.
Sink. Everyone knew Sadie Sink was playing Jean Grey. I will. The spoiler was that she's the villain of the movie.
Oh, I suppose. I mean, that was also relatively well speculated beforehand
Okay,
too.
so mostly spoiler free. What did you guys think of Brand New Day? Brand New Day. Okay, hold on a second. Can we talk about this poll? What is wrong with you people?
Where are we at?
At one point, it was a 4-way tie between 4 MCU Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
you guys must be out of your freaking minds. Okay? There's no way the correct answer is either Far From Home or No Way Home.
Those are the best two.
No, they're not.
Oh.
It's either
no,
Homecoming. Homecoming or
Far From
Brand
Home.
New Day.
I really liked Far From Home, dude.
I ended up
Far
voting
From
for
Home,
Brand New Day,
Mysterio?
but I know that
I think they were all good. Like they're all fine. Homecoming, I think is probably one of my favorites. It's got a nice vibe to it.
Yeah.
I really like
I would say
Homecoming.
Homecoming or Far From Home. But
No Way Home. I think No Way Home is
Homecoming is the
propped
best
up
movie.
by
Homecoming is the best movie, and I think Brand New Day is the best comic book movie.
Oh, yeah.
The
probably.
other two are Far From Home is the worst one is No Way Home.
No Way Home is the worst written, but
Even though it's the most
propped up-
fun to watch.
Right.
Exactly.
It is
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
worst
say, I know
movie.
you-
by that.
yes,
It is
I agree with
a
that.
horrible movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I mean, I
story
still don't
is
totally agree, but I
terrible.
definitely get where you're coming from. Yeah.
But it's enjoyable to watch
not a great-
just because of the
No Way Home.
performances of
Right.
and 3 Spider-Men.
Yes.
But it's a garbage film.
Yeah.
Y'all must be
So-
you're crazy if you think No Way Home is a better movie.
Well,
out of the
it
4.
really does depend on what is the best. What do you mean by the best? The best to watch, or the most fun to watch? The most
best
well
movie.
written?
best
Obviously not No Way Home.
Well, that's the thing, is everybody's going to take that a little bit differently, because probably everybody's
Yeah.
going with, well, we have the most fun
Yes,
watching.
everyone's
you're
going to
asking-
take that wrongly.
No,
You're entitled to your wrong opinions, okay?
it's not about no, because best written. Yes, obviously, No Way Home is not in the top of the best written. But if you're talking about just like best enjoyed, best to enjoy, best to watch with friends or something, that's going to be different things, different listings. I was having this conversation with Stephanie on the way home. It's like, hey, like I like this movie, but objectively, it's not written well. And
No Way Home is the best one to watch drunk for sure, because then all the plot holes, you don't notice all the plot holes. It's like,
yeah, there you go. You just enjoy it.
It was just a fun time, but yeah, the plot was kind of
garbage plot.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit how I feel about this one. I think it's a lot better. I enjoyed most of this movie. The interactions I was worried about going into because it felt like from the very end of No Way Home, this film
we're going to finally move past Zendaya.
We're going to move past all that. It's a brand new day, right? They're washing the slate clean. He's not going to have these relationships he's had before. He's not going to have the ties to the MCU and the Avengers. It's just going to to be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's
and this movie is not that.
And it's not that. So
this movie is unwashing the slate clean. It's undoing everything the last movie did, and also introducing the X-Mans.
Yes, but
it's literally this movie exists so that Doomsday doesn't tank in the box office. That's why this movie exists.
Yes, that's part of it too. But so I was worried about that going in, seeing the commercial, the trailers, because I knew it wasn't going to be the Spider-Man movie that I wanted to be, and I was worried about some of those interactions. Those interactions in this movie actually worked really well.
As much as I hate the MCU, it's the weakest part of this film are all the ties to the MCU.
But the interactions with Zendaya,
what they take from the MCU,
MJ, Ned,
they
even
use
with Bruce Banner,
really well.
I was worried about Bruce Banner and the Hulk in it. Those scenes were actually really good.
The Hulk is great. I wish it was a different actor.
I actually feel like, in spite of the fact that there is just as much, if not more, MCU connections with the different characters, it still felt more like Spider-Man's own movie. That they were co-star, that they were appearing in.
This one feels,
and I didn't
out
even
of all four.
That didn't even bother me as much in the other ones. But it does feel the most Spider-Man movie of the four.
It's a crazy point. Out
it.
of all four movies, this one feels like the most standalone movie, even though it has the most cameos. Because Homecoming is good, but it's an Iron Man movie, right? And same with Far From Home.
It's not super Iron Man. Homecoming, I feel like Homecoming is just a little bit.
Far From Home is the Iron Man movie. Homecoming is a Spider-Man movie that's dragged down by cameos.
But the problem is
not cameos, but it's trying to connect it to the MCU, and you're like, I don't really care, you know.
Right.
The problem, that didn't bother me honestly in the other ones very much. Like
Homecoming doesn't do it to an extent that it really bothers. Far From Home kind of goes way too far.
It did bother me a lot because he was tied to Tony Stark so much. Like his suits were made by Tony Stark. He was mentored by Tony Stark.
He's gifted it. He doesn't earn the title of Spider-Man. He's gifted Spider-Man by Tony Stark.
A lot of that didn't. Even though I've loved all the Spider-Man movies, the MCU Spider-Man movies, right? But it did feel like the worst part of it was its connection with the MCU. But I think the reason why it works in this film is the interactions are not based exclusively on everything that happened in the previous films.
And
like there's lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff that happens between him and Punisher that do not happen in films. They're just like, oh yeah, there's this thing that happened back before. Yeah. It didn't happen in a film that we know, and we don't need to know that.
Right.
Not just hasn't happened in a film before. We have not seen on screen.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I think that's the reason why it works. It has these cameos.
It's because they treated
we don't need to know the films that came before.
Yeah, they did a really good job of bringing in the Punisher, knowing that this was the first time most people were going to see him on screen, because 90% of the audience won't have watched the Netflix show and won't have known that Netflix show got pulled into the MCU recently. Okay, no one knows who the Punisher is. I went with James, our brother. He didn't even know who the Punisher was. He didn't know that was a Marvel character. Yeah. And he liked it. He was like, oh, he asked me, he's like, who the heck is this guy? He's like, it's the Punisher. He's got a skull on his chest. Well, who's that? He's like, he was great. I really liked him. I had no idea who he was.
Yeah.
So the movie
the
movie does a really good job of introducing this character, tossing him into the story, but also telling you this is a character that has existed for a long time. This character has a backstory. Right. We're not going to tell you all of it, but they tell you enough to let you know who the character is, and then they use him to serve this specific story, and it's used really well. And the reason why the rest of the movie works is they take that exact same approach for every other cameo, not just the one they needed to do it with. They did it for the Hulk. They did it for Black Widow 2. They did it for even Zendaya and Ned.
Right. Yeah.
Every single character.
That's the only one that does rely on.
But then they show you flashbacks.
But the previous Spider-Man movies,
But again, it's only the previous Spider-Man movies and not just all of the MCU. So I think it worked really well. Even the Bruce Banner stuff and Hulk. Like if you've seen all the other stuff, they have Bruce Banner, they have Professor Hulk, and they have Hulk in the same movie, right? But you don't need to know any of that. It works. I don't know. It just really works.
I will say that
there are Easter eggs what's
ahead.
crazy is they managed to like make this like current to the MCU. Like it was very specific. Like Hulk got his inhibitor thing, and but you didn't need to watch She-Hulk to understand what that was.
In She-Hulk,
right? Yeah, that's introduced in She-Hulk. Okay,
I had no idea.
His inhibitor thing. Right,
I thought that
so
was
like they somehow managed to grab.
It was introduced in Shang-Chi. Because it does show up in Shang-Chi at first because he has it.
Okay, but they explained what it was in She-Hulk. Okay, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But I will say,
technically, he was wearing it in Shang-Chi.
If anything, I do think that if you know all the rest of the stuff, I'm still kind of confused because, hey, Professor Hulk, I'm all good, I'm all fixed now, and suddenly now he's not because he now has to have the inhibitor. And now so it's like they did not explain the difference between, hey, I'm all fixed now, and no, I'm not fixed at all.
That's true.
And I'm not saying they should have in this. I'm just saying that if you do have all the other MCU knowledge, you're kind of like, what is going on with Hulk? Is this just a outside of the movies thing where they're like, oh shoot, we need to have Rage Hulk back because that's what everybody loves. So I think that's what it really is. But I'm like, that doesn't actually nothing that doesn't quite connect. Okay, sure, why? But
so the other thing about this film, so
welcome to the show.
Everything that I was worried about, all the interactions and the MCU cameos and everything, I was worried it wasn't going to work. That part really worked. What didn't work for me is there's basically two main plots. The first one I don't think was very fully. I'm not gonna do spoilers. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go more detail on the spoilers. But
there's two
the
plots.
the first plot is not really fully explored, I think, in my opinion, and it really only resolves to service the second main plot. And the second main plot, although I think it ends in a good spot. Some of the choices that were made in there make absolutely no sense. Some of the logistics is like, this is not work. This would not work at all. This was dumb decisions, and it really bothered me.
The movie is flawed.
Yes,
there are some dumb things in it. It has significantly less dumb decisions than No Way Home, which is just absolute, insane levels of retardation. To make that plot work. I agree. I knew this movie was going to be okay going into it. I knew I wasn't going to hate this movie, right? Because even though No Way Home is horrible, it's so darn enjoyable you forgive it.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, you really wish that the plot wasn't so stupid and it would be a 10 out of 10 instead of like a 7 out of 10.
Right.
So I knew this movie was going to be okay. I hate that it's part of the MCU. And we've already discussed, shockingly, like, that doesn't drag this movie down.
Right.
But I thought it was going to be fine. And having seen the movie, I'm actually really surprised at how much I did enjoy the movie and how much this movie let me suspend my disbelief. I don't love all of the choices with Jean Grey.
Yeah.
But I don't hate it either. I'm okay with it. And the rest of the movie was just so darn enjoyable that like this movie actually kind of got me liking Zendaya's character. As much as I wish that it wasn't her, I didn't mind her character. Her acting could have been better, but her character was fine in this.
I don't think Zendaya
I was really
has been
shocked
good in any other role, but I like her as MJ. Of course, she's not Mary Jane Watson from the comics, but I think she's fine.
I was really surprised. I was not expecting to come out of this kind of loving it. and you know me, I'm the pessimist.
Yeah.
I'm usually the most negative.
What? You? No.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
But I really enjoyed this movie.
Wow.
And there are choices I wouldn't have made, but none of them pulled me out of the film. And even the big choice that I knew beforehand that I thought was going to pull me out of the film, I was like, this is not as bad as people are saying, and it actually kind of works. Which is not what I thought my opinion would be going in.
Wow. That's amazing.
This movie is way better than No Way Home. I think it's the second best Spider-Man MCU movie. Homecoming is the best one. And I think this is the second best one, and I think it's a good start to a new trilogy. They're going to do 3 Spider-Man movies, and I wish that this was the only thing that existed in the MCU. Just do Spider-Man movies and have the rest of the MCU just be cameos in Spider-Man movies, because the rest of the MCU
100%
is
okay with this.
Honestly,
dog water.
Yeah. I mean,
Although
we could
I'm
do
worried
some
again because
occasional Deadpool.
This movie was a little bit of a course correction, and if you've seen the post-credit scene, I'm worried that it's gonna, jump the shark again.
So
I doubt it. I mean, because they're supposed to be trying to clean it up, but
I think anyway.
I think it's a tease too. I mean, very much obviously it's a tease.
See,
to Doomsday
it's okay if No Way Home is your
I don't think
favorite.
it's a tease for Doomsday.
But to call it the best movie, that's crazy. The plot is dumb.
To call it the best
It's
written
okay
is
to
dumb.
personally enjoy it the most. That's okay, because man, it's freaking enjoyable, and it would be so much better if the plot.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your did everyone do their spoiler free? Jared, I don't think you did.
I mean, I agree with everything there. I enjoyed it. I thought that there were some things that, again, I think that it felt more like a Spider-Man movie than any of the other ones. I think that the fact that it was, I do think that because it's busy being tied into the MCU, I do think that there are some things about that overall are like, I would love it if we got more like we did back with Toby and Andrew, where it was just Spider-Man. But
it never felt like the movie really paused, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
To work in the MCU. It did a lot of working in the MCU, but it was still the same movie.
And setting up stuff for the MCU, I think, as well, that I thought was interesting and still fun. I don't know. I think that there's something to that like wasn't my favorite. It doesn't make me dislike the movie. It doesn't make me mad at the movie. It's just like, oh, okay, I guess that's something that's going on there. I really did like the action. Looked really great.
You stole this from someone, right? You didn't come up with this. This is great. No justice, no peace till Wonder Man's release.
All right then.
That's good. Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, I thought the action was really, really good.
Yeah.
There were a couple of times where the swinging, I didn't necessarily need the POV shot of it, but there was some good things about, like, it felt very much like playing those Spider-Man games.
Well, they said they took inspiration. They took a lot of inspiration from like the finishing moves. The fight choreography is so much better than the other 3 movies combined. The fight choreography is great. Some of the CGI sucks. There's some shots where you're like,
one of the things
what was that shot? Like, you couldn't get a real spider for the shot of the doorway.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't get one spider on set for this one shot. Like, it looked so bad. And some of the web shooting in like close-ups looked pretty
Little
bad.
goofy.
And
The-
some of
to
the
Charles's
swinging
point-
shots, while the choreography of the swinging shots looked good, some of the
The-
CGI, you're like,
the
this
close-up-
does not look good.
The close-up
Work,
swinging. No. The close-up swinging, I think, did not work.
Yeah,
There's
it
one
didn't.
shot, but
So
the opening,
the
swinging
over the shoulder, like
Holy
from
crap,
his
it was
POV spinning, I didn't love.
Yeah.
It was a little too shaky cam ish.
Yeah,
and
there was,
it just
a,
wasn't
there was a
right.
lot of
But
scenes
it, like-
that were like really shaky cam. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude,
Yeah.
stop it.
Yeah,
I don't believe
there's
you.
a lot of
But I
shit.
really liked the.
I don't believe you for a second, Mark. You're not that funny. It's a good one. It's really good.
But yeah, I really did like the choreography. The swinging did look really cool 90% of the time. I agree with like Charles's point of sometimes the pulling on the mask that just like appears out of nowhere. And
he pulls
over
it.
his
He pulls
head.
it out of his neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
shot.
But just like he
Does
just does
this,
this, and it
and then
automatically
yeah.
perfectly sealed.
The-
like
yeah.
it-
The first shot where he pulls it
bothered
over his
me.
face, you
Also-
can tell like his hand isn't even touching it. You're like, ugh, come on,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
have him.
also
Just have him put on a physical mask on set, and don't even have it connect. Just have it connected in the next shot. Just cut away before you
Yeah.
have to deal with the,
For sure.
the neck thing. You know.
But
I believe that-
another thing that bothered me, that's just a small thing, it's not really important, but also he had no pockets, yet he constantly had stuff, and he
Dude,
was just like putting
The
it
phone
behind
goes
it, and
up
it
his butt.
disappeared
The phone
into
goes
his
up his butt.
inventory or
That's what it
something.
does. He was
Yeah.
constantly taking off the
Like-
web slingers and clipping them to his side somewhere.
So, yeah. It was
The
literally
OG
his
Spider-Man
inventory.
had a utility belt like
In-
Batman.
That's
in
what I was going to
regard
say.
to-
Give him a utility belt. Like, why not?
In regard to the suit, though,
Well,
the two shots where he's like pulling the mask over and you can tell the mask
Yeah.
is CGI. The rest of the shots with
Yeah.
his suit,
His suit is...
the suit design is phenomenal, and I love that they used like for 90% of the shots they used a physical suit. Just the two
Oh, really?
the face mask, you could tell are fake. But
I assumed
90% of
that
the
most of
well,
it-
90
because you can see like his
All of
ear
it is-
through
Well,
through the suit
you
sometimes.
can
which
see
was
his
really
ear
interesting.
poking out the sides. You can see the fabric bunching up on his elbow and pits, and
I
the
thought that was just
suit.
good CGI.
And like you can see it from behind. No, the suit is 100% physical on set, and it looks phenomenal. And I wish it wasn't so shiny.
I agree with that. It was a
needed
little.
to-
It's not as shiny as it was in the post-credit
Yes.
scene.
Yeah.
For,
Yes.
yeah,
But there are some shots where it looks so shiny, and I'm like, I know that this is a physical suit, but because it's so shiny, it looks like bad CGI. It makes it look like spandex and cheap. And I wish that the suit was more matte.
Oh.
And for most of the scenes, it is. And then there's some where just like there's this reflection off of it that looks
Yeah.
so crappy.
I don't know. That didn't.
the other thing to me was that like I like how bright and colorful he was, but it also felt out of place. Like I like it by itself. It looks really cool, but in the scenes, it was almost a little too goofy, especially because of how much he was in the suit interacting with regular day-to-day people in a way that like I don't know if it felt weird to me, and I don't know if it's because it should be weird and it's fun that way, or if it like bothers. Like I can't quite settle on what I feel about it,
So-
but it
yeah.
definitely stood out to me.
There-
like
there are-
when he walks into DODC and he's in the office with Bill Metzger, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is what's going on," and I'm like, "This just feels so out of place," but I don't know if I like that or I don't.
I think
You
it's
know?
I think
There-
and I
there's
can't believe
more
I'm
I have
saying
to
this.
say about that.
I think it's a color grading problem. And I can't and it makes me sick to say this because this movie tried to actually put color in a movie, and I want to see more of that. I don't want to see more the Odyssey, where everything is just gray and bleak, and and this movie. But I think they tried to boost the color in post, and there are some shots where you're just like the saturation is just too much in this shot, and I think that also affected the shiny scenes, and that's probably part of what was pulling with like, ooh, that's just too shiny. I think they artificially boosted the saturation, which was a bit of either just a little bit too much.
I don't know. I noticed that it was.
But I applaud them
shiny and
trying to make it more
vibrant. But I
I agree.
liked
Yep.
it.
Yep.
I liked the choices.
So
Good
that
attempt
was
for
those
sure.
are
And
my
I think the
spoiler-free
final
thoughts.
product
I
was
agree with all
good.
of you.
Nothing to
Yep.
be ashamed about.
I think it's probably the best suit we've gotten.
Best Tom Holland suit for
I thought it was
sure,
great.
but I don't know about
I
the
like
original.
I haven't had a problem with any of the other ones, but I think
It's
it is the best
good.
one. Yeah, I agree.
It's good.
Like, okay,
It's a really
I
good
do
suit.
like Andrew Garfield's suit as well. It's a good mix, I think, between the original comic design and a more modern
That
take.
Yeah.
I do
actually
really
reminds me
like
of one of my
Andrew
other complaints. That reminds me of one of my other complaints is that I feel like because Andrew Garfield, he had great like Spider-Man quips. And I don't think that they had quite the right Spider-Man humor in this one. They overall, like, it wasn't over humorified, but it was missing some of those like
There was-
Spider-Man
yeah.
quips. And maybe that kind of works
There was very
because of how depressed he's supposed to be, but
there was hardly any Marvel humor, and I think that it makes the movie
Yeah.
better.
Well,
But it still, but it's Spider-Man. He needs like the one when he does the stretching before the fight scene. You're like, that's Spider-Man, and we could have used maybe one or two more of those. But it also makes sense because
I agree.
he's not himself for most of this
Depressed
movie.
a little
But
bit,
there,
he's
there
not
were
really himself.
there were a
Yep.
couple more things that I really liked that actually Martina commented that she didn't like in there. But I'm like, no, that's 100%
The
Spider-Man.
stretching scene
Although-
was great.
The stretching
Was-
scene was
thinking
good.
back now,
the other bit when
Tom
he's
Holland-
being attacked and he's like, oh, that's cool. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people are attacking him like, oh, that's really cool.
Well, because
Okay,
he's fighting the hand. That's not a spoiler. It's in
Yeah.
the trailer, okay? And
Yeah. That's it. It's
there's
a
the
shot
one
from the
lady
trailer,
that's trying
yeah.
to reach him, and there's a bunch of them in a line, and they take turns jumping, and then she jumps on their backs and uses their jumps
That
as
was
like a
really
stair
cool.
to like get,
that
and
was
she's coming
cool.
down on him, and he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. You're like, that's Spider-Man. Like that's great.
Yep,
really
that's
I
such a
love
Spider-Man. Yep.
I think between the two, I think I do prefer Andrew Garfield's quips. It feels more classic Spider-Man quippy, but I do like Tom Holland. Tom Holland, his quips feel more like a little more like a kid who's.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
So
don't
sorry.
there's been a weakness.
Well, that was one of the things.
It's not quite
Go
witty,
ahead,
quippy humor. You know,
All
Andrew
of-
Garfield is
yeah.
more witty, quippy humor, whereas
Yeah,
Tom
I
Holland is
agree.
more just like funny, goofball.
all of the
both
Spider-Man
good.
iterations have had weaknesses. Okay,
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire was a phenomenal Peter Parker and an okay Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right, like when he's in the suit, he's not very quippy either.
His best quip they actually took out
Yeah, I agree.
when he's fighting
Oh, yeah.
Bonesaw. Like, that's a nice outfit. Did your husband make
Oh,
it for you?
yeah.
Disney,
out.
yeah, Disney Plus
the
took
best
out
one.
that joke. So I quote that all the time.
Yeah,
There's some.
it's-
He's got
it's
some good
that
ones in, but he's not a bad, but he's okay as Spider-Man. He's
Right.
really good
Yeah.
as Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield
Yeah, I agree.
is terrible Peter Parker.
Right. He's
And a
way too
phenomenal Spider-Man. He probably has the best Spidey quips
Yeah.
out of all
The-
three of
the-
them.
The only
Oh
part
no,
that
you
I-
found my weakness. Small knives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he's probably the best
And-
Spider-Man as far as the quips go. You're right.
And
the only part that
the
I
other thing,
did like.
yeah.
Hold on. The only part that I did like about his Peter Parker was his interactions with Gwen Stacy and how awkward
They
he
had
was in those conversations.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
That
but he's
part
too
was great.
cool.
It was.
He's
but
too
you're right.
cool to
He's
be
too cool.
Spider-Man.
Here's the thing.
He's,
Yeah, I like
he's
him
a
as a separate
skateboarder.
skateboarder, yeah,
He's a
that's
what I know.
skateboarder,
I agree.
dude.
He's not
I
a
agree.
He's a
comically accurate
punk.
Peter Parker.
Everything about his Peter Parker was not. He was
Yes.
way too cool. But when he
it's-
was awkward with Gwen Stacy in those
Yeah,
conversations, that was phenomenal.
Those movies are worth it because
It
of the
was the kind of
chemistry
awkward that didn't
between
really work
him
for me, but
and
I
Gwen
agree
Stacy
with
because
you.
they
You
were
have a good point.
banging in real life. And like you're like, these guys like each other.
Well, I mean, same could be said with Tom Holland and Zendaya now.
Yeah, but Zendaya, but Tom Holland is
Not quite
dating
the
a
same chemistry.
wooden board. Okay, so it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I
It's
get
not
that.
quite the same chemistry, but
Yeah.
yes.
No, I agree. But yeah,
but I didn't finish my thought. I didn't finish my thought.
Well,
The whole
finish your
point
thought.
was
Gwen
with
Stacy. more.
Tom Holland is actually great at both.
Yes.
He's a great
agree.
Peter
Yeah,
Parker and he's a great Spider-Man. And he's in the garbage MCU. So
Well,
you're like,
I don't think
oh
he quite
man, I
reaches the same
really
heights
want to
as
like
either of
this
them.
better.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He's not
I don't
as
think he
good
reaches
of a
quite
Peter Parker as
as
He's
Tobey
balanced.
Maguire,
Yeah,
and he's
well,
not
so
as
he's
good
not-
as
but
He's not a
Spider-Man as
min-maxer.
Andrew
He's not a
Garfield.
min-maxer. Okay,
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire put all of his stats into Peter Parker. Okay, Andrew Garfield put all of his points into Spider-Man, and Tom Holland evened it out. So
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
the best at either, but he's great at both.
Yes.
And it's a
That's a-
shame
that's a
that
good-
the movies aren't better because he's great
He's
at
good.
Spider-Man. And this is probably his best performance. Not in a Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah,
He is
I agree.
really good in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
He's great. And I wish I hate Zendaya. They didn't even have they could have at least had her dye her hair red in college, you know?
Yeah.
Use
That
it to
would've been a
make
good-
her look slightly more like MJ. Her name is not Mary Jane.
Right.
It's just MJ.
It's not Mary Jane Watson. They're just MJ. Yeah.
But I liked, and as much as I hate her as an actress, she's terrible. This movie even got me liking her character.
Right. I agree. I think she's not Mary Jane Watson, but I like her character as MJ. I think
It depends on the iteration, buddy. That is a loaded question. I like both. Okay. I mean, Amazing Spider-Man, like the Amazing Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy is fantastic. She's great. She's the best part of those.
I think
movies.
even Tobey Maguire. I wasn't a huge fan of Mary Jane and Tobey Maguire. I'd still go with Gwen Stacy with Tobey Maguire.
If you're talking about MCU, I don't think we know Gwen Stacy yet, but I'd take anyone over Zendaya.
If you're talking about the
So-
OG
Take Rachel
Spider-Man
Zegler
comics,
over that.
Gwen
Yeah,
Stacy.
the OG.
If you're
the
talking
OG
about Ultimate Spider-Man comics, Mary Jane.
Oh.
Mary Jane, for sure.
But Gwen Stacy was better in the original Spider-Man.
Do you think
Anyway.
that his neighbor might have been Gwen Stacy? Maybe, probably not. But
The neighbor. I
Cross-
kind of like.
cross my mind.
I was expecting
good.
that. It's like, hey, I'm Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I was waiting
That's
for
nice.
that.
And then he leaves, you know?
Yeah, the neighbor character was also a nod
Oh.
to Spider-Man 3. You know, like the
Right.
the
Yep,
neighbor
the-
character,
the
and that just the
old guy or
random
whatever
lady
her
that
name
everyone's
was.
like, oh man, like, except it had reverse effects of me saying like, yeah, why the heck is he dating Zendaya? Like, go for the neighbor lady who's way into you, who's
It
only
looked
in
like
who's
she was
only in
gonna come
2
back
scenes
up
of the
or
movie.
something.
Right.
Well, she does. She comes back in the scene with the dog.
Oh, was that
where
the-
he's
was
where
that
he's
the same-
wearing her shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Was it?
that was great.
that was the same character between the two. Yeah,
Apparently,
the juicy reveal was
It was so
really
good.
was so funny.
I laughed so hard.
The entire theater roared at that joke, and
Yeah.
my son was laughing. It was
Okay. Are we going to get
joke.
into spoilers now?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think we've exhausted everything we can say without spoiling.
I was gonna say I think we
Yeah,
have
spoilers
seen
for the movie, guys.
a Gwen Stacy in Tom Holland iteration. It's apparently it's the news.
Is it the
school
news lady? Yeah, she's terrible.
that Ned
Wait.
dates.
no, that's Betsy Brandt.
Betty-
That's a different
Betty-
character.
Yeah, that's Betty Brandt.
They're Betty
Yeah?
Brandt.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, I forget it.
I don't think
Forget
we've
it.
seen a Gwen Stacy. I was
Yeah, I
hoping
don't
we'd
think
get
so.
one. I was hoping we could move past MJ and get one in this movie.
Spoilers.
They
we don't
tease
move
that they
past
might,
MJ.
but I kind of think that they're not going to.
No, but because the very end when he. Okay, all right.
The very end,
So-
or what?
Spoilers. I liked the interactions with MJ and Ned. They had great
They're
chemistry. The scenes
really
were really good. The problem
Ned
is
was better though.
they kind of
The interactions
kind
with
of,
Ned were better than Zendaya's.
no.
As
I
much as
agree. I agree 100%. But
Ned
the
was
problem,
the
the
scene where
problem
they're
was-
just
let me finish my
no. Sorry.
Okay. The problem was, right, one, you expected them to move on from, everyone forgetting Peter Parker. Like, he's going to move on. He's not going to have
Uh-huh.
be them in part of his life. And this movie is, I understand that they need to be in here so he can process through his feelings. It would be weird if he didn't think about them at all, right? But
Yeah.
this movie reversed everything that happened with those two characters.
Yeah.
And they had that scene kind of maybe 3.5 times type of thing that they teased with that, right? So,
Yeah.
so spoilers. Katie Sink is
Sadie Sink.
Sadie thing.
Sadie
Sorry.
Sink.
I'm
Right.
opening up some
Sadie
comic
Sink.
books right
Yeah.
now.
Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, and she's taken over people's minds, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a scene where he's trying to protect MJ. And-
it turns out it's
and
Sadie
she-
Sink.
Well, they're having a conversation, whatever, and he kisses her, and she's like, "Oh,
She kisses. Yeah, she
I
kisses. him.
remember." Well, yeah, she kisses him, and she's like, immediately, "Oh, I think I remember you, but I can't remember. I forget." Which was really
Let me try kissing you. See if that
awkward
works. Yeah.
and didn't make sense, and it wouldn't make sense that she would jump to that logically.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really dumb, and then it turns out it was a bait and switch because it was
Yeah, it was
MJ,
great.
yeah, it was-
okay, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
was
Not a deal,
cringing
it was
in that
a-
scene.
yeah.
I was like, this is really bad.
Right,
And
exactly.
then turns
And
out,
then
oh,
it-
wait,
and it
this is
turned out
awesome.
It was a bait and switch, and that was fantastic. That was great, right? And then they kind of had the same conversation again with Zendaya when she reads the
Because he
letter.
had to have it with the
and
real
that
her.
that was good. That was fine, right? But then
And
it's
again,
ruined
I
in the
thought they
end.
did a good job with that.
I like that by itself, right?
Mhm.
Because they say, "Oh, this is how I wanted it to happen. I wanted her to kiss me, and then all of a sudden the spell is broken and she remembers me, right?" And then they break it at the end when he's meeting with Ned, and he does
Ned,
the secret
yeah.
handshake with Ned, and Ned was like, "Peter," and the spell is broken with him.
Well, he doesn't
That
really go
doesn't make
Peter.
Yes,
He
he
just
does.
does he?
Yes, his eyes. He's like,
Well, so
Peter.
So,
you know?
David,
So-
there's an obvious
so
explanation
probably,
to this.
I agree with you that that's probably what happened. However, remember that MJ did say earlier, like, "We saved Peter," and he's like, "Wait, Spider-Man's name is Peter," and so
Right, and no,
you're
he
probably right.
says-
You're probably right.
well,
It's not
he says-
guaranteed though that
He says, "My name is Peter Parker,"
But-
and he shakes his hand, and then he
Right,
does
right.
the secret thing, and he's like, "Peter." Like
If-
he
You're
remembered,
probably right.
and they
You-
could have
you're
played it
probably
off like,
right.
David,
They
it
could
is
have
supposed to
played
be
it off like he
it
did
is
some
supposed to
muscle
be
memory
ambiguous.
thing.
It's supposed to be ambiguous.
It
You're
was
supposed
not
to think
ambiguous. It was not
David,
ambiguous.
there's
He
another
could
David,
have
shut
done-
up, shut up.
Let me
There's
finish
another
my-
explanation.
Let me finish.
They want you to
my
think it's either the spell is broken and he remembers Peter, or he's putting two and two together and remembering the conversation with Zendaya where she tells him that Spider-Man's name is Peter.
I agree
They
with
want
you,
you-
David, but
I
I know
agree.
but I agree
It
that-
looks-
but
But
that's-
they do
I
it
agree
in the
with that.
context of what doing.
Yes,
with the
I
thing.
know.
That's what they. Okay, but the
Yep.
problem is they could have made that work by giving you a hint of maybe it's possible that he could remember by having him do the muscle memory thing, and he doesn't remember who Peter is, but he's like, "That was kind of weird." That I
Okay,
knew how to
David,
do that,
you're
right?
missing the glaring. You think that this is a plot hole, but
So
it's
dumb.
not. It required muscle memory interaction with
Right.
the person to break the spell.
Uh-huh.
Did he make out with Zendaya? No, that's why the spell's
Right.
not broken
No.
for her yet.
I know, but it
So-
faked
so
you
the-
out thinking that could break the spell, but then it didn't break the spell
Because
but then
it
he could
because
do
it
the
wasn't
same-
her that
I
kissed
know.
him.
So all he has to do is go and kiss Zendaya, and the spell is broken for her too.
She's
It's
dating.
But
stupid.
the last conversation he had with her was her saying, "I don't love you. I don't know who you are."
I know.
He's not going to grab her and kiss her.
exactly.
He's a gentleman.
So
I know.
there's two other
That's
there's
why
two
it
other
doesn't-
potential. Like,
That's why I liked it better when he says, "Oh, the spell can't be broken that easily, but all you have to do is do a muscle memory handshake, and boom, I remember everything."
Because
So-
he didn't know
there's-
that was
there's-
going to
there's-
work.
there's two other pieces.
He-
There's two other
kind of.
pieces that could explain it in a way that still fits the kiss isn't going to do it, but
David?
something special about Ned. The two things that
Just an
the two
epically
things
bad
that
take
could
from
be the
David.
case
No,
is
I agree with
they've
Alexander.
I was
That's
gonna
what
say-
it should have been. He had the muscle memory, and he's like, "That's weird that I remember that. How do I know you?" And then you end on that. Like there's something still there, but he doesn't know.
Yeah.
But immediately he's like,
so
Peter!
so
David, the movie
friend
cuts
Peter.
to black. It's supposed to be like, wait, is that him remembering? Probably.
I think
but
it
it could
could've
be
been
something
better.
else.
100%
better.
what it is.
It's
and that pissed me
literally
off.
an ambiguous ending
You-
that
It's
probably
not
has a
ambiguous.
right answer.
It's not ambiguous, dude. It's like
So again, here let me talk for a second. David,
Oh.
I think you're probably right that they're saying that the spell got broken. I agree with Alan that like it's supposed to be ambiguous and it may not mean that. There are other things that it could be. The other things
It
that you guys haven't
probably
pointed out
does,
is-
though. Yeah.
It probably does. The two things that haven't been brought up is that Ned, they've talked about him having some weird mystical
Yeah,
some
Ned
weird
is.
mystical,
Yeah,
like,
Ned has
ability
already
for
said
some
like,
magic.
I feel like something's missing, and Zendaya
Well,
has
yeah,
not.
he feels it, but also from No Way Home, he apparently has some latent wizard abilities that he's able to open the portal or whatever, right? From
Yeah,
No Way
there's
Home,
so many
a dumb plot
explanations
point that
for it.
existed before,
Yeah,
but could
that's true.
explain how he breaks out of the spell more easily. Also, what I
Yeah,
really
that's
love, actually, that does work within this movie by itself is, in a way, it is showing that Ned and Peter's connection is stronger than
That's
Peter
what I was
and
gonna say.
MJ. because
That's what I was gonna say.
because
And
like,
it makes
when
sense
they're
'cause
hanging
they've
out
been
and he's got
friends
his
for
mask
longer.
on, she's like, you guys look like you belong together. You guys just get along so great, and they did get along so great. They fell right
Also,
back into
quoting
their
Lord of the Rings
dynamic.
Also,
together.
when
they
he still
showed
had his mask on, so that could explain why he breaks out of it. Why Ned is able to break out of it when MJ can't.
also
And it's
they
not just a matter of like,
Yeah.
it's a thing that like, because you can just break out of it with some muscle memory. It's because Ned is special.
They also showed they
I
also
think
showed
it still
that
works.
maybe what they also showed after the conversation with Zendaya, she's sniffing his neck as he's swinging her home, and like you see a moment where she's like, "Hey, maybe this feels familiar." It's not like completely out of left field. That like it literally shows her character. Hey, maybe she's starting to remember a little bit, but it's going to take some work. And then Ned just gets it
and a little bit.
Like, what's wrong with that? David's dumb. David's
a
dumb.
little bit to David's point
just
of like,
bothered me a little
it
bit.
sucks that it is that easy to break it, and it was better to imagine that it couldn't be broken that easily. But again, I still think that for Ned, it still would work because of whatever special things are going on for Ned that makes it so that not everybody could break the spell that easily, but Ned can.
I got some comic books.
We'll see if it goes anywhere with that besides that. But because to David's point as well about how dumb it is, you do still see at the very end Zendaya sitting on the rooftop playing with the Black Dahlia necklace, showing that she's either starting to remember or maybe missing or trying to like, hey, wait a second, there was something missing, and starting to try to wonder what might go there. So to David's point, there may still be some dumbness that comes from that. But yeah.
I got my stuff from Rip Ascend came in.
Oh, nice.
I got this one, which I wasn't really I wasn't really interested in this series, but David said he was going to get it, so I got the first copy to see if it's okay. But this one, baby, Chuck Dixon, Seven Deadly Sinners. Real excited about that baby.
Yeah.
And then these ones I got for my kid. These are
the
Hey,
Achromatic Chronicles.
3PO, drunk 3POs comic books.
So that first one, for some reason, I thought that was supposed to be some sort of like gender bent alternate Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
The front one, the one that you had just held up for your son. That's got the dude with the
this
white
one.
with the red here.
Oh,
the
it does.
blue
Yeah,
here.
it does look
I'm
like Sailor
it looks
Moon.
like a gender-bent
Yeah,
Sailor
it does
Moon.
look like Sailor Moon.
It does.
That's hilarious.
Just
No,
not blonde, but yeah.
I got it for my kids. They already read them. They're pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's what's that black and white world where the movies start turning
That's
color
a
or whatever?
terrible movie.
It's a terrible movie, but it's kind of like the same premise. They're living in black and white.
Pleasureville or something like that.
Pleasureville, yeah. That was so dumb.
So stupid.
But yeah, it's kind
It's
of
got Tobey Maguire in it.
Tobey Maguire is good. Yeah, that movie looked like it was going to be awesome, and then I watched it. I was like, this is stupid and gross.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's the same kind of thing. They're living a black and white world, and then they have these children with superpowers that have the ability to bring color to the world or something like that.
So Spider-Man.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead.
So I want you guys to expound upon the issues
got
that
it.
you
I
have,
haven't read it yet.
like David's
Okay.
plot
So-
issues and whatnot.
Okay,
Because
so
I know
so
if
the
I'm
biggest-
seeing the same thing you guys were.
Okay, the most
I'll let
important thing
someone
to
else talk.
address
Okay.
is Sadie Sink, right? We have Jean Grey has been Sadie Sink is cast as Jean Grey, and it's a little problematic. She's the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
And obviously
I think
Jean
that
Grey
they
is
did a
supposed
good
to be a
job
good guy in the
making
movie.
Well, she's been the villain.
Exactly.
character
A lot of
growth,
people
you know.
a lot of commenters are saying they don't like her characterization in the movie, and I didn't think that I would. Having her as the villain, a lot of people saying like, oh, she had no problem killing people. That is the line where I'm like, but it has been done in the comics.
Yeah.
And
Well, and again, like it makes
she
it
kind
kinda
of
works from
she
what
has
I
a
understand.
really good reason to.
Yeah.
The government kidnapped her sister,
And killed her
and
sister.
and while there are some scenes that probably go too far, there's a lot of collateral damage where you're like, she should probably
The dude
be
stepping back into the street to
being
get
more
hit by the
careful.
cab
Like
was-
I think maybe it's a little bit too much to to not have her care about anyone but her sister. But for the most part, she doesn't do a lot of killing.
Yeah.
There are
She does
definitely
a lot of
there-
teasing
like,
to kill, like
there are
the dude
lots of-
falling off
well-
the roof and like MJ falling off the roof.
right. But like, I didn't see a problem once it was revealed. Hey, she's trying to get her sister back from the government. Like
she's
it's
overwhelmed.
Good
by
enough
this idea.
reason,
She's
right?
really
like,
consumed by
and
it.
she's
I
a
agree.
woman, and she's a woman. She's going to be reacting emotionally. And she's going to
We'll
make
talk
some
about
bad
that.
choices, and she
We'll-
did.
we'll
She
talk
made
about
some
that.
bad choices. She makes some bad choices, but she has a reason to, and it felt believable for me. And it's definitely not the first time that Jean Grey has been okay with killing people.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. She's always been a character that struggles with that morality, right? And then there's the whole Dark Phoenix saga where she turns completely evil, and
Right.
the entity takes over.
She's
Which
got the
isn't her
Dark Phoenix
fault.
she struggles with, but also even outside of Dark Phoenix, there's a lot of times where she has Charles put in some extra mental blocks because she's afraid of losing control of her
Right.
powers.
Yes,
So
There's an
having
homage
some darkness
to
there,
that
like
with
that,
the gene blocker thing that Spider-Man
So
builds here.
that's
a
one
similar
of those things that
concept.
I was like, that is really interesting because this is very heavily setting up
So
X-Men and mutant like ability blockers.
but,
like,
but also
the thing
makes-
that I
so
the-
much stronger at this than I
Yeah.
would have expected. I was
Yes.
actually starting to suspect that we were going to get the Charles Xavier reveal in this movie.
I thought that was going to
I
be the
thought it
post-credit
was so
scene.
strong there.
I thought so too, because it just
Well,
makes
they absolutely teasing like the X gene. They literally have the guy.
Right.
He's like,
Right.
I'm trying to figure out what makes it tick, and you're like, okay, so are you going to say, hey,
Uh-huh.
what's this extra chromosome?
Apparently,
but they did it.
they've
They're like-
actually relabeled those shocker gauntlets Gauntlet X as well, so they're starting to use this X terminology.
They
in the movie a little
teased
bit more.
the fact that they might be dropping the X gene and then didn't, and I was like, come on.
yeah.
Right. Well, and then you also get the tease, of course, at the very end with her on a bus driving up into what looks like upstate New York, and so probably up towards Westchester or whatever it is.
The problem is that we know that Doomsday is going to introduce or reintroduce or reintegrate, I guess, the
No, they're all
original-
getting killed off.
Well, probably.
They
yeah,
die in
all
the
the-
first
all the
10 minutes,
original-
dude. All the original
Probably.
X-Men die
So-
in the first 10 minutes.
You're probably right.
So-
but in some capacity, it's introducing mutants and the X-Men from the original X-Men series.
Yeah,
of
they've been
movies
they've been
into
slow
the
ro-
MCU,
they've been
right?
slow rolling a whole bunch of announcements for they've been casting the new X-Men. We
Right.
have Jean Grey now. We have there's a bunch of rumors about Cyclops, and the casting looks like it's not official yet, but he's in the front running. It looks really good. They've
Well,
cast.
they've shown Cyclops in the trailer.
They just cast Emma Frost,
Yes.
Yep.
which is
Yeah,
perfect.
Emma Frost.
Actress for Emma Frost is perfect.
They're gonna hold on to who's gonna be Xavier. They're gonna want that to be a surprise.
Well, they have
wonder-
Patrick Stewart in there, but
Well, yeah,
they're
but
not
who
gonna
their
keep
leader is
him.
going to be,
again,
yeah.
so that's why it's confusing, is because they're
Yeah.
bringing in the originals, but they're also replacing it, but they're not the
So
X-Men
I think-
David,
characters.
They are
so-
bringing in the originals to kill them off.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
introducing
So
the
here's-
real X-Mans.
yes.
Here's where I think David has at least some of a point to the idea of up until now in the MCU we've had no mutants.
Yeah.
And there's the hint or idea that in the merging of Earths that'll happen after Endgame and Secret Wars, that might be the kind of inciting incident that allows X-Men and mutants to really be present in the MCU. Was kind of the impression that we've gotten from we're going to have to go through Doomsday before we really get any of that. And now they've introduced that, no, they really have been here, or at least there are mutants here
Yeah,
already.
we have Jean
in
Grey
616
already.
before
I
that.
thought it was going to be
So
the incursion that unlocks the X
Right.
gene, and that can't be the case.
Right, and that's all it is. So to David's point of it seems like this is
Everyone
this is
wants
kind of
it. We all
odd
were.
because it seemed like they were going that direction, but it's actually not actually contradictory to anything because it's just we thought they were going that direction, but it turns out, oh nope, we're going this direction.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
those
so-
actually still work together.
Okay, I got to get this out now because I don't want to talk about it because it was kind of dumb. But the the after credits scene, the teaser, we all thought it was going to be Xavier,
Yeah.
and instead it's Spider-Man in space
Yes.
again.
So I think what that
It's got to be another incursion, right?
I think
Appearing.
I think it's Secret Wars. It's teasing Secret Wars because
I think it's an incursion thing.
when Spider-Man goes to
Yeah.
the Secret Wars, that's where he got his Venom symbiote suit. when he was transported away
That's where he
to
gets his Venom
the
suit.
Murder
Yep.
World or
I
whatever
think-
in Secret
I think
Wars.
they might be
it's-
bringing.
And
I
it's
think they
very
might
possible
be
they'll
bringing,
do that, but they might not
a-
do that because they've.
No,
Well,
I think
Secret Wars is the next one after Doomsday.
I think we're gonna get more than one
Doomsday, yeah.
Spider-Man in Doomsday.
I
That's
agree.
possible. That's possible too.
I think they're.
I
either,
do think
either Toby or
I
Andrew
do
are gonna
think this
bring
is
him
an
back.
incursion thing. I think it's a hint to incursions that will result in Secret Wars,
Battle World, yeah.
but I think it's a hint to another Earth, another Spider-Man is being and realistically, I've watched a couple of things that break out the idea that the Spider Tracker depends on people reporting a sighting of Spider-Man. So probably what this is another universe that's merging with ours, and
Also has
that
a version of the
universe's
Spider
Ned
Tracker.
and stuff like that
Yeah.
has that and is going to connect in and be like, oh, hey, look, we're getting it reported over here too.
Yeah.
That's probably where it goes.
It could
yeah.
also just be an.
The most I've been hearing has
Even
been
if that's
that
the case,
probably
it's
Toby's
very
Spider-Man
silly.
being
Yeah.
brought in.
It's a very silly teaser. You're like, what? This is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little
I
bit
agree,
funny.
and also it bothers me.
Honestly,
it
my
worries
favorite,
me
and
too.
this is actually a lot of people's least favorite. Go
What
ahead.
was-
Go ahead. Finish.
Well, I was just saying the end credit scene worries me too, because where this movie was somewhat of a course correct, even though it didn't give us the full on friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that's not connected to the MCU, it still did bring it down, and it was kind of its own thing, right? And then all of a sudden he's like, okay, now he's in space. It's like we're right back
Yeah.
to the big crazy
But it's also
MCU, you know.
but it's also a post credit scene, so it's not really a part of the movie. And also, like, as
Right.
much as we want to see Spider-Man as just being Spider-Man, like in the comics, he's always interacting with the larger Marvel universe anyway. So, like, the fact that he's there, like, we want it to be a Spider-Man centric story. And again, I think this one did a pretty darn good job of that.
Yeah.
But it's not going to ever be no other property ever interacting with him ever again, because it's there. He's in, you know.
Yeah.
So
I
they
agree.
brought that was the after credits stinger on No Way Home was they brought in Tom Hardy very briefly into the MCU and then had him get teleported out when
And
they
then-
fixed the problem.
Yeah,
but there
the
was a
symbiote
piece
left
of
behind,
there was a
and then they
piece
haven't
of
done anything
Venom
with
left
it.
behind. I think they're desperately trying to get people to forget
Yeah.
about that. If they do, when they get to Venom, it is not going to be from the Tom Hardy
Yeah.
Venom.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
that was just like a hey, this is
You're
funny, and
probably
they're not
right.
going to.
I agree with that. That's probably what that's going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to care about
I
Sony.
was
Even
gonna
though
say,
it's
though,
Sony
earlier that-
making
that
these
my-
movies, they don't want to have to acknowledge the other Sony movies.
Yeah.
Because I think they're done. They're not doing any more of those, right?
Well,
Like,
and
those got
especially
full-on
after
canceled.
Morbius, when they had the Morbius post-credit scene that just
What was
flopped so hard because it was so dumb.
Oh, they
The-
brought. They
the-
brought.
the
Didn't they
Sony
bring?
post-credit scene, the
they
Morbius
brought
one? Where they
Scorpion
bring
into that,
Vulture
right?
into Morbius.
Vulture.
Oh,
No, Scorpion wasn't there. It was Vulture. Yeah,
Vulture.
They-
I haven't,
think,
dude. I
like,
haven't seen
that was
any
one-
of the Venom movies. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw the first Venom, and
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of the other. Oh, I guess
I've seen the first two. I haven't seen
guess
I
the
watched
third
the
one.
second one. I thought it was okay.
Madam Web was technically one of those Sony ones. I saw that one too. I forgot about
And
that.
so was Craven the Hunter, but I didn't see that one
didn't-
either.
I didn't see Craven. I didn't see Morbius. I didn't.
I
see
heard
any of
Craven
the
was
other
awful.
Venoms.
it's so crazy though.
But
I was
I was going to say my favorite post credit scene that actually a lot of people hate was, I think it was Homecoming itself, that had the very end credit scene with Captain America coming out and saying,
Oh, that's
that
a
was
good one.
you know,
I
sometimes
love that one.
patience. I love that.
Yeah.
That was a great.
A lot of
Good.
people hate
Subverting
that it's just such a tease, but I'm like, oh,
No,
it was
it's
such a
fantastic.
great.
It was great.
Oh, I
Um,
loved it.
So I
Ferris
was
Bueller's Day
talking
Off
with
homage.
so James went to go see the movie with me and my son. That's our brother. It's the one after Charles. And he's like, I haven't seen a movie since Endgame. Like, what am I missing? And I went through the list, and I was like, I can't recommend a single one of these movies. There's not a single MCU movie that you have to watch post Endgame. I was like, it was like
Right.
Well,
maybe if you're really into it, Guardians 3, but I thought it sucked.
Yeah.
And then like
I
Fantastic
mostly liked
Four,
Guardians 3.
Fantastic Four was okay. Like maybe
Well,
you
again-
might like that one.
well, no,
I
I,
was-
I,
Thunderbolts
I
was
would
really good.
recommend Thunderbolts.
Shang-Chi was really good.
And
Shang-Chi was not.
Shang-Chi was
post-
okay. It wasn't really good. I thought the
Shang-Chi was
fights were
post-Endgame.
really good.
Okay.
But I went through the whole list and I was like, I can't recommend a single one of these things.
Yeah.
They're-
Hmm.
not
I
even
like
of the
highly
TV
I
shows.
like
recommend
Shang-Chi,
seeing
but
one of them.
it, again, it was not really. required viewing for any of the other MCUs so far. So
Not at all. No.
but
Have you guys watched any movies? Fake nerds. I bet Morbius isn't even your favorite movie. No, so I haven't watched any of the Sony ones other than Madam Web. I haven't seen Venom's.
Madam Web was.
I didn't see
Madam
Craven
Web was on a
or
different
Morbius.
tier though. Like I enjoyed my
So
view
good.
of Madam Web.
It was almost enjoyable to
because of
watch
how
for how
ridiculous
bad
it
it was. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Plus Sydney Sweeney. right?
I really enjoyed Shang-Chi.
Hey,
I also
It's
really
not.
enjoyed
These people
Thunderbolts. I
are
thought Thunderbolts was
crazy.
really,
Shang-Chi
really
is
good.
not worth
No,
the time.
Shang-Chi was not phenomenal. I thought that it could have been good.
I mean,
There
is
is-
it
there is-
still
scenes were
watching?
good.
No.
The-
But I
the-
thought it was great.
The fighting was good.
There is one good fight scene on a bus at the very beginning, and the rest of the
No,
movie
there were a
is
couple.
dog water.
There were a couple of good fight scenes.
I liked it.
You got
I-
There's at least
yeah,
three
I
good
liked
better
a lot
than-
about it.
Better than any
The
of
bus
the other.
one was really good, but the other ones were okay.
And
Anyway,
again, nobody
cool.
commented
Back
on
to-
my comment on this, but Thunderbolts was another one that I thought was really, really well done.
and I haven't
I
I
seen
really
seen
liked
it.
Thunderbolts.
Haven't
half
seen
of
it.
half of
I
these.
don't love
yeah.
Thunderbolts, but I thought it was
Now
good.
that
It was
Now that I have
I
access
did.
to Disney
I
Plus
did
again,
tell him. I
might
did
catch
tell him.
up.
Like it
some
seems
of
like
these.
people said Thunderbolts was better, but I like half of these. I was like,
Is-
these movies have gotten so bad. I haven't
Yeah.
watched half of them.
Is Thunderbolts
Like-
the one with Red Hulk, or was that
Yeah.
the?
No, that's
No, no, no.
Captain America, Brave New Boy.
Yeah.
No, that's Captain America: Brand New Day, Brave New World. That one was not great. Not great at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered. Half of these new movies I have not seen, and I'm not missing anything.
Pretty much. Yeah. You didn't.
It has two gigantic reasons to love it. Yeah, there you go. Although she doesn't look very good in the movie, they make her look very homely.
No, I thought she looked pretty good, and
thought she looked
she
good.
was
She
actually
looked
the most
very
dedicated.
comely.
She was also the most dedicated to her role. She's the one that convinced them to do the hanging upside down from the bridge, iconic scene or whatever.
The shot. You mean the shot that was in every single trailer and not in the movie?
They had it in the movie.
I was gonna say
They
either-
just replaced
was
the
it at the very
background,
end
so it was in
of
a
the
different.
movie?
Yeah, they had the same
Different
shot in the movie,
scene of the
but it
movie.
was they replaced the background. It was a completely different scene. But yeah,
So they spoiled the fact that Jean Grey was the villain of the movie. The guy who wrote
okay. I
the
want to see
music.
this because I haven't seen that.
They
clip.
ask him, so who's your favorite Spider-Man villain? And he goes,
Who are you
Jean
mo-
Grey.
Oh.
Jean Grey. It's because she's the bad guy, but she's complicated. and they're like,
Yeah, I thought it was. Oh, who
the
are you looking
report-
forward to most seeing? And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
Jean, because she's the villain of the movie or whatever. Yeah.
and the reporter was like,
Either way,
what?
is that a spoiler?
That's good.
We'll get into more details, but let's take a quick break to talk about money. Spider-Man, I think, has broken just about every box office record that exists in 2 days.
Oh,
Nice.
So it was the biggest Thursday preview of all time. $72 million in one day. The previous record was Doomsday, was Endgame, and that made 60 million on day one, which is the Thursday preview. The last Spider-Man No Way Home was close. That made 50, right?
wow.
And this was during COVID.
Yeah.
This movie came out during the pandemic. It's very possible that this movie would have beaten Endgame because there was definitely more verbal hype
Yeah. Oh yeah.
for No Way Home
Everyone was
than there
fucking
was for
three
Brand New Day.
Spider-Man.
I haven't heard. I know people are excited to see it, but I haven't talked to people who are like, "Oh, I really got to see this."
I have.
Everyone was talking about No Way Home
Yeah.
because everyone's like, "I think they're going to
true.
do it. I think they're going to put 3 Spideys in it."
Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
talk. Everyone
And-
was speculating
Yeah,
on
for sure.
analyzing every single pixel of the trailers.
And of course, because this one made so much money, that's going to help this one.
Right.
But I really haven't heard a ton of word of mouth, but apparently there has been
Yeah.
because
everyone-
biggest previews of all time.
Everyone at the office says that they want to see Brand New Day. They have no interest in seeing Doomsday. Everyone I've talked to is like, I am probably going to wait till streaming to see Doomsday,
That makes me so happy.
which is kind of crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
These are huge though. So
Yeah,
look at
that's-
day 2,
that's
170 million. Doomsday, Endgame. You got to scroll down further. Made 10 billion less than that.
Yeah.
This is crazy. This movie it's got to make at least 2 billion. Like so yeah, no Way Home almost made 2 billion. Endgame ended up making almost 3. It was 2.7.
2.7. Yeah, so pretty. Yeah.
I think this is gonna make more money than freaking Endgame did, man.
it very well
It very Mel Whiteby.
Yep.
Is that what you just?
that's what I just said.
It very may well.
It very
Yeah,
Mel
may well.
Whiteby.
Lots of people were
Show the
Hold on, I want
show
to
the projections on Endgame.
the projections. Yeah. I
Did
wanted
it-
to bring
was
up.
it at
hold
the
on,
very
hold on.
bottom of its projection.
I wanted to bring up Infinity War.
yeah.
And then go back. Yes, I'll go back.
Okay. That's
For Endgame, yeah.
That's wild.
Well, because the opening was just so huge.
It was so huge.
The
Yeah,
opening
yeah.
for Endgame was just unprecedentedly huge, and
got
so the natural
double digit.
projection
Yeah.
is always based on the opening. It made it
on that, yeah.
dropped off after it's still the most profitable movie of all time, right? Not adjusted for inflation.
Sorry, are we looking at Endgame?
This is
or
Endgame. This is
Infinity War?
Endgame. So he was curious.
That was
as to
Endgame.
why
I
it
was just
at the
curious
bottom
because I
of the
saw that it was
projection.
at the bottom.
Because
No-
again,
No
I
Way
think
Home was
that-
right in the
What?
middle.
I think the Endgame, a lot of people were excited to see what they would do because Infinity War was such a success and was really good, and everybody was speculating. And I think Endgame kind of fell flat on its face.
It did.
I think Endgame was not a satisfactory ending to Thanos. I might be in the minority on that, but I don't think it was very enjoyable. So it didn't have it still made a butt ton of money because everyone wanted to see what was happening. But as far as word of mouth after everyone saw it, I don't think they went back and saw it so many times like they did with Infinity War.
Yeah.
Infinity
Your
War
theater
was
had a
just-
bunch of 5-year-olds in it, and they looked bored half the
that's
time.
fair.
Dude, the Spidey and Friends cartoon is very popular. It's doing
Yeah,
numbers.
that makes sense.
Spidey and His Amazing Friends, or the
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm
Fortunately,
curious.
I think in Spidey though, there's one episode in the later seasons that has some gay character. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Yeah, I think this is. It's already doing. It's doing better than Infinity War, which is one of the best MCU movies out there.
yeah,
I just can't believe that
Infinity War didn't drop off
sucked.
as much.
Endgame sucked so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No Way Home fell right in
right
the
in the
middle
middle
of projections,
of the projections.
because everyone said the dynamic between the three Spider-Man was amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Which is true. So
This
I
is-
think you're right. I think this is going to be one of the better.
it's going to
If
be
not
the biggest
best
opening of all time.
MCU.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I didn't think it was gonna. I knew it was gonna do good. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. I wasn't excited for it. I was like, yeah, I'll watch it, but
Yeah.
So, anyways,
How a lot of people are going to feel.
anyway, made a lot more money than Supergirl.
oh gosh,
Oh,
This is its
'cause
total
it
run.
Pretty much tapped out. I was going to say its total worldwide is smaller than Spider-Man's Friday numbers.
Domestic. We don't have worldwide numbers yet.
right.
You're right.
hasn't
Smaller
opened
than
overseas.
Spider-Man's domestic number on a single day.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow, that's crazy.
Compared to Superman, let's see. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, even Superman's not.
Wow.
Superman did okay too. So for comparison, let's see. The Odyssey I was wrong. The Odyssey had a really small second week drop, and I was
It's
hoping that word of
it's
mouth would give it a bigger
outperforming-
drop.
outperforming the
It did.
projections.
It did have a very small drop.
It had a gain. So
It is. Well, and the one thing that I will say though is it will now probably drop a lot more because of Spider-Man.
yeah. So look,
Spider-Man's going to take a lot out of
its
it.
Friday numbers are making the same that it did on Monday. So this is a huge drop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's half. Look,
Wow.
look, it is half per theater
Yep.
in a week,
and that's just going to get worse.
But
It's
it had
kinda
it
like-
had. I think they said it had the smallest second week drop of any movie
Of any movie that
of any
opened
movie that
above
opened
100,000.
to above 100. Yeah, 100 million.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So
Okay,
That is
So-
pretty crazy.
getting back to the film itself.
Yep.
So again, like I said, there's two main plots, right? The first plot was his spider powers are mutating, and he's becoming a more stronger Spidey dude with organic webbing. And
which
that-
I thought was actually done really well and integrated to the rest of the. I thought it was just going to be like
Well-
a small part of the movie. Oh no, I'm mutating a little bit, but it's like integrated to the rest of the
Yeah,
plot really well.
but I agree to a point, but I think that
Yeah.
it doesn't really. It just kind of forgets about the whole plot mid-movie, and then the only reason why it exists is to service the second plot, which was
Oh really?
Katie Sink and her Jean Grey. So
No, I
it
disagree.
kind of
This is
like
kind of what Charles was saying too. Was it did feel like it was resolved a little, kind of just like, oh yeah, we're
Right.
good now. I do think they had some nods to like, oh, because of his connection and reconnecting with MJ and Ned, and talking with Jean about
That was
embracing who he is and all parts of him. I think it did make enough nods to it that it didn't bother me and make me like, well, that just completely got resolved with no effort.
Yeah.
But I agree that it kind of was just like, all right, now we need to get this resolved, so we're going to have it resolved.
it just was resolved very fast. Like he transforms, right? He goes through
Yeah.
this cocoon process or something, and now he has organic webbing, and his senses are, completely overstimulated.
I don't, like I know that it wasn't directly addressed a lot, but they like it kind of is the theme of the whole movie, right?
Yes.
Like his conversation with Aunt May and his conversation on the rooftop with Jean Grey, like they're all talking about the consequences of this thing and saying like, hey, maybe this is just normal. And so
Right.
like he does just pull it off at the end, but like at that time they'd already kind of talked about it and kind of figured it out that like,
Right.
hey,
But-
you're gonna be okay if.
But it also set
let
it up
this happen,
as it
right?
was happening, like that there were. In fact, the video specifically said that there are 3 stages. Of
Dude,
the
I
spider
wanted to
or
see
whatever.
him molt.
Exactly.
So
I
badly.
know, right? And I don't think
I wanted
that was the
that
problem.
so
I
badly.
don't think they took it far
So-
enough.
I
so-
think
Okay,
but you
he's got
still
this
can.
organic webbing, and he can't
if he
control it
doesn't
'cause it's
molt
more
in the next
powerful.
movie, I'm done.
right? But I don't think they're going to. I think it was just this movie and it's over. And now he's got organic webbing and he's stronger, and
So,
he's used to it.
I also think
But
that
the
was
whole
maybe
reason-
a swerve that they.
So good.
I was just going to say, I
liked-
think that was maybe a swerve that they had to do because they realized that spiders don't actually have 3 life stages at all. They just
then
they just
Why
molt
put it-
from time to time as
well,
they
why
grow.
put it in the movie.
But
you know? So I
so again, they had it already, and then they swerved a little bit because in the trailers it says they have 3 life stages or life cycles or whatever, and then in the movie they've shifted it so it's like they have 3 something of like 3 something of life stage. Like they shifted it a little bit so it wasn't just saying because they're not insects, they don't have like the pupa and the larva and the full
Right.
grown. And so I think they like realized after the fact that they wrote it badly, and then they decided to like after the trailer came out. So after they'd already shot most of the movie, so they left part of it in, but it had to just shift it just a little bit.
Yeah.
right. But my issue
But
with
I agree, it would have been
is
cool to see it
I
molt,
liked
but,
everything
yeah.
that was happening, but they set it up like, oh, there's going to be more mutations happening, and and
Maybe-
we don't know what's going to happen.
Maybe
or
that's the
whatever.
setup for the
But,
trilogy, so we get more
I mean,
mutations.
it could
True,
be,
but
they could
yeah.
be doing Man Spider,
maybe
or
we get
Man or whatever. I don't
maybe we
remember.
get
He grows
the Spider-Man with
his doppelganger.
the back arms suit again, but this time they're organic.
Right. There's the doppelganger spider.
I was actually wondering about that because, like,
But-
I actually kind of missed from the cartoon where he started becoming Man Spider because he was
Right.
over evolving, and I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
are they
So
going that direction? Are they giving him
could be.
three
I
extra,
thought
four extra
I thought they
arms?
might be, but anyway, the problem is, I liked all of that stuff,
David
but it
disconnected.
kind of just
That's why
cut it
Beard is on
short.
top now.
It kind of cut it short, and his solution was to do this really hard thing that's only theoretically possible, and he finds out he just fixes it in one evening of troubleshooting, right? And that device only acts as a catalyst for him capturing Jean Grey and the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
So it was fine, but it was really only the first half of the movie, and then they just kind of forgot about it, except for this device. And I did at the
it
end
was a bit of a plot
where he
convenience,
breaks
that's
the web shooters, and his web shooters aren't strong enough to do the vibro guns or whatever. And she's talking about how, this is who we're supposed to be, and we're not supposed to have normal lives, and we're supposed to be different. And he's like, "Who are you, Peter Parker or Spider-Man?" And he says, "I'm both," right? And he finds the balance by getting rid of the balance. Like, it doesn't. I don't know. That part didn't really.
No, he finds the balance by actually balancing rather than being just Spider-Man.
It's the
and
best
not Peter
line of the
Parker at
movie,
all.
David. What are you talking about?
I know it's the best line in the movie, but it doesn't make sense with him removing the inhibitor chip, so he's 80% Spider, but he's also Peter
he only
Parker.
needed it because he only needed it because he didn't know who he was. He was lost, and then when he accepts it, I'm going to be both. Then he doesn't need that chip.
It was. Like I said, it was good. It was good.
The hormonal imbalance was coming out.
That.
I was actually surprised. I was
humans
surprised to
better,
find myself. I really liked that line, and I was like,
yeah,
it was good.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good thematically, and I really liked how they integrated the both. But my one issue is that it did seem really easy. His sudden
I will also say
salvation, but I think it was thematically appropriate. It was really good.
It was just resolved too soon.
The more I think about it, though, Alan's right that it was kind of present through the whole thing because he's dealing with it, and then he has to figure out the chip, and the only reason it's resolved for a good chunk of the movie is because he has the chip on there, and so it disappears for a little while until they bring back up, and he gets
that's the issue is
to the resolution.
That whole plot is really, really interesting, and it was resolved immediately with no.
It was still like halfway through the movie before he got it resolved. He
goes to Bruce Banner and says, "Is this possible?" And it's like, "Yeah, it's theoretically possible, but it's really hard and it's never been tried. But could you make a universal one?" Well, now you're talking about moral issues or whatever. And then he goes home and solves it that night. I'm like, what?
They showed time has passed, David. They showed a lot of time had passed. He was like, "Oh, this is test number 7 or whatever." Like,
well, I guess so.
Yeah,
it was just a time
skip. He's able to build off of. Yeah. He's able to build a little bit off of what Hulk said, and also that was like halfway through the movie already. Like he'd already been through a lot. Like we were already most of the way through the movie.
I know, but then we don't deal with his organic powers at all until the very end when he removes the chip.
Because
I don't know.
Because he now has the chip.
Right.
He's taking puberty blockers.
Right.
So
I could definitely see people interpreting this movie that way for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's implied that one of you guys were already saying this, but we rehash it. But I think it was implied that one of the reasons that his imbalance, like his spiderness was taking over, was because he was limiting his human self. He wasn't being Peter Parker. He was being just Spider-Man.
That wasn't implied. That was explicitly stated.
Right. Exactly.
Fair enough. So then, I think when he finally decides to, I'm gonna also be Peter Parker. I'm gonna have friends. I'm gonna have a family and a life outside of just work. Then that's what allows him to kind of control the stuff without the inhibitor. I think maybe if they had just made that a little bit clearer, like maybe somebody suggested, maybe the AI says, if you could figure out your personal life or do something about your human life, maybe that'll help you control the balance. I don't have time for that. I'll just do the inhibitor.
I could kind of see where you might want a little bit more explicit stuff in there, but I don't necessarily want him. hand-holding too hard either.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
and I think that
agree.
it would have been way too easy
Right, you don't
to
wanna-
flip
you don't wanna
into hand
hold their
holding.
hand or spoon feed them. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I
I
think it would have
liked-
been too easy to spill into that if they had done that.
Yeah. I liked the payoff.
That's fair.
With the inhibitor chip and removing the inhibitor chip. I just thought that the building of the inhibitor chip was way too fast. He just like, oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, yeah,
I
but that's
see- I
also
see where
kind
you're
of a
coming from with
result of
that.
the modern MCU state
Yeah.
is just technology is incredibly advanced.
Technology is super easy.
Right.
Yeah. So the other thing too that I think actually would lend to that is that's also not all that different from what they did in No Way Home when they had to build an inhibitor chip for Doc Ock and kind of help him. It's a different like mechanism, but it's still like, hey, you're doing this sort of stuff. So
yeah, but that one was helped a little bit by having the expertise of the other Spider-Man, and he
That one wasn't-
specifically
that
said,
one wasn't
"Hey, I've been
gene editing
thinking
either."
about how to do this for
You're right. It wasn't gene
This is
editing,
how I would do it.
but
better."
there was an inhibitor chip of some sort
Well,
or another. So
he,
again, like
he did
a
it
step-
all for he did it
he's
for,
able to
he did
build
the
off
same
of
thing
things
for
pretty
all of
easily,
them
you
though.
know?
He cured all of the villains. He cured
Yeah.
the Sandman, and he
I mean,
cured
they all together, but yeah,
You're right.
Electro
It was.
Boy. Forget his
It
name.
was
So
very
Yeah.
much the same.
I mean, they're different. They're
Very
different enough
similar,
mechanisms there too. But
if
yeah, I
not
don't know.
explicitly the same.
It was fine. Like I enjoyed it, but it just seemed like
Yeah.
the resolution of that plot point was forgot about the second half until he removed the chip.
I will say it wouldn't.
The only reason why he had that first plot point is to get the chip so they'd have the plot device for Jean Grey. I don't know.
Right. I do feel that like connection once you break it down that way. You're like, oh, that kind of feels like, oh, you only had it for this purpose. But again, I still feel like they incorporated it well enough into the movie that it didn't pull me out. I will also say to Alexander's point there that while I agree with you that I don't think the movie needed to be any longer, it was already pretty long in a way that worked for me. It didn't bother me how long it was, but it should not have been any longer. But that's also something that could be fixed pretty easily, like with a line or two here and there. So it doesn't necessarily need to have made it a lot longer to fix what you're saying.
In fact,
But
there were
I
several
agree.
things. There were several times that they put a one line in there, like, "Oh my gosh, thank you for doing that," because that fixed. It could have been a lot worse. Like, for example, when he has the organic webbing, right, and he's like, "Oh, that's gross," and he's like, "Oh, Peter too had that. He was cool, right?" I love that line.
He's cool.
There was a
cool,
couple
right?
times like that they put little lines in there. I'm like, "Thank you for doing that."
I will say one bit that kind of bothered me in the movie because it felt a little too video gamey in a certain way was the like, mechanical webbing and your and organic webbing
That
are
was a dumb
compatible. And I'm like, that's
The-
such
the-
a weird like way
It
to
wasn't that.
approach it. And I watched one of the
the
breakdowns
AI
that pointed out that
AI
like,
jumps
the
in.
organic webbing like
Yeah.
The AI
The
says
fact
it. The
that,
AI
like,
says it says manufactured and organic
Mm-hmm.
webbing cannot be used simultaneously. That line was terrible.
Well, that-
You're like
Yeah.
that was awful. I did not like that line. I will say
clip it
the
onto the back of your
concept-
wrist.
yeah, the concept was improved a little bit when I saw one of the breakdown videos that I'm watching that pointed out that like his organic webbing kind of like pushed the web shooter off of his wrist and moved him out, because otherwise I'm like, that is so dumb video game logic that like you put them on and it's like, oh, can't do that. Why can't you do that? That doesn't make any sense. What?
Yeah, the fact that it happened
it made a
was
little-
fine,
yeah.
but the line explaining it was retarded.
Yeah,
that was the problem.
The
And
AI
the way
in
that-
particular was
the
a
way that
little
those
bit
together,
too over. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The other side of that, though, is there were a lot more video game-esque and comic-esque panels and action sequences that were amazing homages
That were really
to the original
cool.
comics
Yeah.
and the Insomniac
Yeah.
Spider-Man games. There were some like some of the fight scenes with the government agents with the electro shock staffs. That was straight from the Insomniac games. A lot of the move sets and everything and the poses. Of course, they rip off some poses directly from comic book covers, like the original.
Which we saw a lot of those in
amazing,
the trailers.
amazing
if you
fantasy
hadn't
number
watched
15,
trailers.
right?
And
There were so many great
those were
homages.
cool
They did a
looking, though.
fantastic job making it. Just having those little Easter eggs.
All of those trailer shots were over in the first 10 minutes. They were all just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I fought this
Yeah.
guy and this guy and this guy and this guy."
That was really good.
Yeah, I thought that was.
But a lot of the
which I kind of
homages
suspected
and
that would be what it
was good with the hand fight and with the government
You
soldiers.
didn't
Okay.
like the
the web drooling down his wrist.
the pre-webbing.
The one that bothered me a little bit more was the the web and then it just splurts all over.
It sprays out and you can't.
That was a little bit much. Yeah.
Okay, so the biggest thing
It was also dumb that he it also made sense that at first he was having to say web stop. But by the time he's transporting MJ doing that, I'm like, dude, dial it in. You've got to figure this out beyond that at this point.
Yeah,
that was funny though. Okay,
so go ahead.
No, we've been talking a lot about the tech stuff, but let's talk about the character stuff.
Yeah. So
because
this is the part that,
dude, the Punisher is the best part of this movie.
Oh, Punisher is amazing, dude.
The Punisher
is phenomenal.
So good.
Here's the thing, the Punisher though makes Daredevil Born Again look even more retarded than it already was.
Yeah.
This is the best version of that character. Sony did him better than everything he's been in before, and it made his little special look stupid, and it made his appearance in Daredevil look stupid, and also it made Daredevil just this movie being in New York made Born Again look stupid because it's just memory hold, and none of it mattered. Both seasons, none of it mattered. The Punisher's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And having a Spider-Man Punisher team up is kid fantasy wish fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
And their chemistry was phenomenal, and the teeny tiny fight
apparently-
scene with them fighting Hulk, the time where they were fighting together against Hulk was it was great.
And the time too when they were fighting in the car chase scene
when they were fighting each other, it was also good.
Fantastic too. It was great.
Apparently, I didn't realize this that Tom Holland and John Bernthal are great friends. They actually helped record each other's audition tapes for Marvel. So
Really?
Tom Holland helped John Bernthal record his audition tape for Punisher, and John Bernthal helped Tom Holland record his thing for Spider-Man. That's really cool,
Yeah.
So
Punisher was amazing. I thought Sadie Sink as Jean Grey did a really good job.
I thought she did a great job.
Interactions.
They leaned a little heavy on the scrunch being green and yellow and black, so that you have the inspiration for her costume colors later.
Although,
it was a good bit just for her to have a thing to, but yeah, those are absolutely Marvel Girls colors, the Jean Grey's colors in the original X-Men.
It was really good. I thought
a lot of people were saying it was
good.
Blue, yellow, and green, but it definitely looked a lot more black to me.
Yeah,
whatever.
I think she was fine as Jean Grey, and also she would make a better MJ than Zendaya.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, so true.
I agree. The only part that took me out a little bit was at the end when she was in Peter's mind or whatever, and all I could think of, I really, really wanted, I was so tempted to break out in song in the middle of the theater with, "If I only could, I'd make a deal with God and get on the change of places." It's that was going through my head. But no, her performance was really good. I really liked the heart to heart.
I thought it was really good.
When he does open his mind to her, and he has the talk. Although another hilarious part is she's sitting down with his mom, right, and his mom calls him beautiful, right, which works for Katie Sink being in that. But would
Say-
she
say
call
yes.
his
And
son
it's
beautiful?
his aunt, not his mom.
you know,
but yes,
it should. Well, you're right. His aunt.
Well,
Um,
that's
it would've-
that's the twist of the movie is that his aunt was trying to put him on puberty blockers.
his mom was trying to prevent his transformation into the organic Spidey.
No. Aunt May
No.
killed his parents to gain custody so she could transition Peter.
There you go. Fact check true. No, anyway, that was. A really
I've
good
seen
scene.
I've seen some theories online that maybe Peter Parker's parents died in 9/11 because he was born like a year before 9/11. So it's like, oh goodness, which might actually explain why he was really, really upset about maybe hurting a cop and a first responder.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. That scene with Spider-Man, with MJ and Ned building the Legos
It was fantastic.
that was so good. Like the chemistry between all of them was really good.
That was great.
That was
I also
really
love that they're like Ned has the same kinds of questions that he had for him in the first in Homecoming,
Yeah,
but then also
Right.
like he's
Ridiculous,
sitting there
yeah.
and they're like, you're not going to ask him about his weapon. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure you're probably doing this. He's like, well, I mean, that's most of it. He's like, well, then you probably have this and this. He's like, yeah, that's most of it too. Yeah. It's like,
I also
that's
love
smart.
that
He went to school. He went to MIT.
he's still obsessed with Spider-Man. He's trying to figure out who Spider-Man is. He's like, I narrowed it down to these two people, and it's Flash and the professor, right?
The gym teacher.
The professor.
The spell,
which is also not the gym teacher,
Not the
the
gym
science
teacher. The school
teacher.
teacher.
But it's also funny because
Whatever.
that guy pops up
Right.
in the Ed Norton Hulk movie as like a lab assistant or something like that, and they have apparently since said that it's canonically the same person. He went on after the original Hulk movie to become a high school science teacher. It was kind of fun, you know.
Yeah, I was
Martin
Great.
Starr, I think, is the actor's name.
Hulk's role in the movie was actually fantastic,
Yeah,
and I
it was really good.
despise Mark Ruffalo with all of my heart. And when they first showed Hulk, and I was really worried, but then I realized it's because it's Sadie Sink
Professor,
controlling Mark Ruffalo and turning him into Hulk, and then when the
Exactly.
inhibitor gets off, and I was like, oh, thank goodness. We have a real Hulk again.
Yeah.
Because
I thought that
when he
was really
first showed
smart.
up, I was like, "Oh, can we not
I know.
do this?" It
And
looks
the
so bad.
CGI looked really bad when he was Professor Hulk for some reason, but then he transitioned into the real.
But it was
full
Jean
Hulk.
because Jean Grey was, and he sounded terrible because Jean Grey was talking through him.
Right, and that was done really, really well. I saw him.
That fight was incredible. That fight was the best part of the movie.
The fight was amazing. The Hulk was holding up all those broken building pieces behind him.
Yeah,
It was so good.
And Punisher just distracting him long enough
I loved Peter calling out Punisher on that, being like, "What are you gonna do? Tickle him to death? Like, why do you keep shooting him? It's only gonna make him angrier. This is so dumb." Stop.
Peter,
Frank.
webbing
That was really good.
Frank Castle and tugging him around. It was just
Oh,
so
that
fun.
was
It was
They
really,
did-
really well done.
They did some amazing choreography with his web use and stuff, like shooting it and then like using it to
wrapping
corral
around the
people
Hulk
around
and
the-
around the
wrap
building.
Hulk around the building, and the scene with the fight scene with the hand, and
that one was
oh man,
not as good,
They
but
did-
it was fine.
oh, man, they did so many great things with the webs.
Yeah.
It was
I was
fantastic.
really surprised at how much I liked this movie. I want to see it again.
The fight with Scorpion too. They did some amazing things with the web shooting.
it's good.
And, he used. He
I
used
would
his
have loved to have seen
used his
more of
web
that,
to-
but
to
again,
shoot
the
a
movie's
group
already
of
too long
people
as it is.
and then shove them out of the way all at once. You know,
Uh-huh.
and then man, it was just.
But
phenomenal.
the hand.
I also really like the bait and switch of the in the tank. He's like, "Oh, I kept you busy enough that you didn't think what's in the tank."
Yes.
And then
Yeah, that was good.
Like, that
Although
was a good-
that brings me
that was a good
brings
bait and switch
to
on that.
my my least favorite part of the movie, but we'll circle back to that. What about the hand?
The hand is a travesty in this movie.
You think?
I like the fight scenes.
Yeah.
But that's not the hand. The fight scene with the hand isn't the hand. It's
You're
Jean
right.
Grey
You're right.
mind controlling the hand.
And
the hand has been reduced
Yeah,
to common thugs.
yeah, exactly.
They're just
like-
misunderstood kids who needed a purpose. What are you talking about?
and
this
now
is
they're-
the
I
hand.
also think that's. I also think that that's a little bit of a like not misdirect, but like a he's got it wrong like he is just wrong, and or we know that he's kind of being a villain, and so he's kind of trying to use them in a villainous way. But
Even
again,
then,
he's not
even knowing the
really
twist,
messing
like
with the
this,
hand.
these aren't the kind of people that the hand would work for. Like they're goons. They're
Yeah.
goons in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
And they were
I don't know. I'm not
and they were
familiar with the
massively
hand.
teased as they were going to be a huge part of this movie, and they're literally just the bodyguard for the black guy. What's his? I don't
Yep.
remember his name. What's his name?
I will say that there's maybe
Damage
there's
control.
maybe a little bit to be said for the idea that that when Jean is controlling them, she is able to get them to do things that they have the ability to. Like she couldn't just make anybody do those
it's-
cool ninja moves. She had to be
It's
doing
still
it with
a lot of
people in the hand, because again, I think that
It's
lends
still
to
a
the
lot of
idea like,
micromanaging,
she's
no?
able
Like-
to get the people in the hospital to help take care of Peter, while also being
Yeah.
able to make sure that they don't remember that it's Peter and know his face because he's got his mask off at the
It's-
end. Which
it's
that was
just
something I'm like, so
right.
I've had to
He's
like retroactively think that she must have been controlling them somehow so that they don't
It's
know his face. Even though, again, also MJ's drawing of him doing the Legos is in his hospital room that has his face in the drawing, you know?
That's true. I didn't realize
That was something I was like, I'm going to have to headcanon that a little bit differently to make that
Although,
work.
did she draw him in a suit, in a spider suit? Because she showed his
Yeah.
face. His
But
face
he was-
isn't in the scene.
I think he
think
was
she
in
did.
his
I think
suit
she did,
with
yeah.
his face uncovered.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I knew his face was there, but I didn't remember.
But again, it's also been delivered to the room that Spider-Man is in after having been in the hospital for like with the face of this dude that's
Right.
so like, I don't know. Again, I'm going to say that this all is going to be hand waved away by the fact that Jean was doing some magic stuff to make it so that they would forget. Either she controlled them the whole way through, or she made them forget otherwise because she has
either
mental
that,
abilities.
either that,
make
or the
people forget,
government
you
was
know?
like, "Hey, we don't need to file this under Peter Parker is in the hospital, right? This is Spider-Man, and we don't have this."
It could
Yeah,
be that
right.
they lean on the idea that maybe now the government gets to know, but they have otherwise suppressed
Right.
it. So maybe the government knows, but nobody else does.
And
I will say
which
also
brings me
though,
to-
Frank pretending to be Spider-Man in the window
That was
really
amazing.
fun.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was so good, man. Yeah, I love that. The other thing, this reminded me of another minor issue that I had with it, and they did it a couple times on the expectation for Spider-Man to take off his mask.
Mhm.
And they did it several times in the movie, but the most egregious one is when he goes into the security check, right? And they scan his body and say, "Oh, augmented human, supplemented with spider DNA. Oh, we're going to have you remove your mask for identification purposes." And like, dude, that's Spider-Man. Like, everyone knows Spider-Man. Don't make him take off his mask. And they're like, "We're going to have to take off your mask or we're going to shoot you." I'm like, he's
And
he's
they
at the
asked
same
it-
time-
when they
He's
asked him to
I don't know.
come
That
there.
being said,
before. He's worked with this facility
if
before.
you're
They know
a
he's
government
doing it.
agency that wants to know if you're a government agency that wants to know who all these enhanced individuals are, you're still going to want to know, because you notice that they did have specific Spider-Man targeting things in those little guns that could disintegrate his webs. So like, even though he's helping them, they're of course the shady government entity that are going to try to like be like, we still need to know and be in control of everything.
Right.
They're definitely turning
they're
into
also,
this.
At this point, they are working with Spider-Man, right? He's helped.
Well, yeah, but
thwart-
they can.
He helped thwart the first two
Yeah.
assaults on their facility. He's expected there, and yet they
Yeah.
still threaten him as like, "Hey, you got to remove your mask." I'm like,
Yeah.
I just was a little bit ridiculous.
I do think they
I don't know.
overplayed
I
that a
think-
little bit, but I totally believe that they would have wanted him. They would have been like, "Hey, we got to see your face because we got to, for security purposes, like trying to do that."
But-
they leaned
but
on it
it's
a
a
little bit hard. I
superhero.
agree with you,
We
but I
live-
still
we
totally
live in a
believe they're
world
trying
with
to do it.
superheroes. They live on their anonymity, right? Like,
But
I don't
But
understand
again,
why
these are the kind of people who don't want that anonymity. These are Sokovia Accord type of people. These are people who are like, we got to have everybody
Right.
registered. We got to know. And so even if they're working with them, they're going to at least try to be like, hey, if you're going to work with us, we need to know who you are, kind of thing, right? So I agree, like it
Yeah,
bugged
I
me, but
guess.
at the same time, it was something that was very believable to me. Like I didn't love it, but I also like made perfect sense to
I
me.
don't know.
in
It
a
was a little
similar
bit silly.
in a similar vein, there was a pretty big misstep, I thought, in the one guy who we kind of get to know more, who he's like, "Hey, Spider-Man, I don't remember doing any of those things. I love you, Spider-Man. I never
Yeah.
would have hurt you. And then
Right.
he's the one that he has to fight at the end, and it's never like brought up.
Oh, I didn't recognize.
It's
it
never
was
brought up
the
again.
same guy.
He's like he's the one standing outside when he shows up and does the stretching scene, and you're like,
Oh,
and
Oh,
they
really?
Just assume, yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Oh.
I
Same
did not
guy.
notice that. I didn't catch that them at all.
Yeah. See, but yeah, it's the same. It's
Yeah.
the same type of thing. Like people love Spider-Man. They know who he is, but they also don't. It makes a little bit more sense at the end because they've probably been
Yeah,
instructed. hey,
it
don't
was
let
it was
Spider-Man
very
in.
obvious that
right?
they were the bad guys.
But yeah, there
I
was
mean,
a
of
little
course,
bit.
they're,
there was a
I mean,
little bit
they've
of-
been the bad guys in a couple of they were the bad guys in the Miss Marvel show. They were also bad guys in No Way Home to some degree, or yeah.
Oh, is the same organization as
because
Ms.
they're
Marvel?
the ones that it's
They're,
Yeah,
they're
it's the same
damage
organization as
control
Ms.
people
Marvel.
that were
Um,
taking away the cleaning up the stuff from.
yeah
Damage
they-
control.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that
they've
are
been
ultra
kind
consistent.
of bad people. They were also the bad guys in Wonder Man. They were it's not.
You're just
new.
listing shows
if
I
you
have
haven't
not
been watching
watched
the other
now.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally fine.
Wonder
And again,
Man.
like I think it's No Way Home, where he's after his identity's been revealed, and they like arrest him and his friends and this, that, and the other. They're the people that come and arrest him. Is DODC, is Department of Damage Control. So
Yeah. All right, so this brings me to my number one issue with
Uh-huh.
this is that
Not enough Zendaya.
her, not yet. Zendaya needs to be in every scene. No, okay, Jean Grey, right?
There needs
Yeah.
to be Spider-Man's and
She's super
Jean Grey
Heads and
is willing to
They-
blow people up with a bomb.
They do not use her powers very smart at all, right? She's
Yeah.
her
But she's
ability to
but-
jump into different bodies and stuff and control them was really awesome. It looked really cool. It was
Did.
kind of terrifying,
Yeah, I thought they did a good
especially
job
when you
making it
didn't
look
know what
cool.
was going on. But seriously, if you have the ability to just jump into someone and mind control them, and you're trying to break into this secret government facility to steal your sister,
You don't
hey,
need a tank.
How about
You don't need a
just-
tank.
Exactly.
Just
you don't
walk
need a
in.
tank. And she's done this like 7 times. Just
Yeah.
jump into the body of a guard, have the guard walk to the director, jump into the body of the director, unlock the door, and get your friggin' sister. What? Like, it was really
Yeah.
cool. It
It was
was
dumb.
really awesome visually. But oh my gosh, if you have those abilities, that's not how you use them. What were they thinking?
I suppose there's something
Well,
to the
she
idea
also-
that
she didn't know
doesn't
where her sister
where
was,
to
right?
go.
So
She doesn't know exactly where
Sure.
her sister is. But
So do an infiltration mission.
yeah,
Jump
she's
into
dumb.
the body of a guard,
a
walk
much
around,
more subtle
survey the
infiltration.
place, right? Why are you doing these full-on assaults? It doesn't make any sense. Yes, it was visually awesome. It looked amazing. It was terrifying, not knowing what the hell was going on. But what the
Yeah.
hell was she thinking? Like, oh
And
my gosh, it made
probably
no
a pretty easy thing that they could have done to do that is, especially because the DODC has already had her sister and therefore has had access to somebody with these powers, say that they've got something that prevents her from doing it to them. You know,
Yeah,
But David,
that could have been
I
fixed.
agree.
A blocker.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what she was thinking, and it's also very believable that a woman would not think logically in that situation. So I don't know what to tell you, but it
There you
makes
go.
sense that it doesn't make any sense. So
Sure.
yeah, it needed just like a broken record time. It needed 1 or 2 more passes through the script, and it would have been a better movie.
it needed
say-
fewer passes than a lot of other movies have needed to
100%.
be improved.
But this
It
one
was a lot
was
closer to.
a lot better than what we've gotten recently, and way better than anything we've seen in the MCU since Endgame, since Infinity War, because Endgame also sucked.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
I think this is the best MCU movie since Infinity War. They all
agree.
suck.
I agree. I think it's better than No Way Home, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's a safe statement.
Plot wise and It's a better movie. It stands on its own. You don't really need to know everything else that happens in the MCU aside from the Spider-Man movies.
I haven't shown my kid any of it.
Yeah.
He didn't, and he enjoyed it just fine.
Yep.
Well, he's probably seen the other.
I will say
Spider-Man.
there too.
Right, he's seen the Spider-Man movies. That's it.
That's really all you
Yep.
need. Like you need to know.
Like that's the thing
we're
too.
in
Is like
Marvel.
you
There's
can
other-
benefit by knowing who Punisher is and who the Hulk and
Right.
who Yelena is, but just by knowing who they are is plenty.
Yeah.
You don't need to know. You don't need to be up to date on anything else with them.
I forgot about those scenes
Right,
with Yelena, Black Widow. Those were great too. Their interactions. Oh, I am so happy that sad little boy.
They were all right. There were parts of it that I didn't love, but it was pretty funny.
that's
Oh
great.
yeah, I don't even like her
Yeah,
character that
that was
much.
great,
But
that was great.
She was she was good in this.
The fact that she has her stuff in a bathhouse was
A little weird. Yeah.
She was again, the fact that she has her office in the bathhouse is kind of dumb, but she has a great explanation for it, where she gets to say, "This way I get to be relaxed, and also I get to see that you have no weapons on you." You're like, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Black Widow movie
It was.
or Thunderbolts.
Okay.
I haven't. The only thing I've
Black
seen
Widow's
her.
okay.
It was probably Yelena was probably the best part about the
Yeah.
Black Widow movie.
The only thing
I
I've seen
liked her
her
character.
in was
So-
the Hawkeye. Then, unless she
likes
might have been in another
macaroni
TV
cheese.
show as well.
She pops up. Well, she was also in Thunderbolts, obviously.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't
Honestly,
seen
I think Thunderbolts
Black
was
Widow or
great.
Thunderbolts.
Again, I've said it a couple of times, but like the
Who's
Black
the-
Widow was okay.
I
Who's
muted
the
you,
villain?
Charles,
Kinda
because
helpful
there was
to
a
know
ton
where
of
she
noise on
came
your
from.
Who's the villain in Thunderbolts?
On whose end? Charles. Yeah.
Charles.
The
Thunderbolts is Sentry.
kind of.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
it's really it's the
Sentry.
the lady.
Sentry
Well,
is
it's Sentry, but
It's
but
Valentina, I guess. It's Sentry and Valentina
lady.
Allegra de Fontaine or whatever.
it's
Sentry is
Elaine.
it's Seinfeld lady.
Isn't Sentry supposed to be
So-
Iron Man's lady?
No.
Isn't
No, you're thinking of something
Sentry
else.
is
Oh, right. Void Sentry.
yeah.
Uh,
Void.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I got it. Yeah. Da.
Okay, I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, bathhouses are Russian mob hangouts. Yes. Eastern promises. Got it. Okay, not Easter promises.
Yeah. I like Easter promises. Let's go for it. Let's do it.
I don't know. The movie was fun. I enjoyed it. I mean, and I was surprised that I enjoyed it. What else? There's that. I think that's about it, right?
Rescue is Pepper Potts Iron Man. I don't know why I was thinking Sentry.
Yeah.
Does
Anyway.
this give me hope for the MCU? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I hope this movie makes a ton of money, even though it's average. It's above average. But it's just so fun that the MCU is failing, and the only movies that are making them any money are made by Sony, and Sony gets all of the money from them. I couldn't be happy.
They get a good chunk of the movie. Disney gets some good chunks of money out of it too, especially
Yeah, but Sony
since,
gets most of it.
Far From Home. yeah.
Sony gets most of it.
I don't know those deals, but yeah, Spider-Man is definitely the best part of the MCU. Really, the only good part anymore.
I don't want him to be part of the MCU.
Yeah.
I would be perfectly happy if they just
This
kept making
is-
Spider-Man movies and
this is the
maybe there
problem.
were some cameos, like just that. If
Yeah.
that's all of the MCU that ever exists from now on is just cameos in Spider-Man movies.
And that's basically what every MCU character in this film was. It was basically a cameo.
I still need a
perfectly
I need
fine
a
with.
I need a I need a Spidey Daredevil movie though.
Oh yes, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
It was
shocked
a great
that
interaction
the
in No Way Home.
Hand is in this movie and Daredevil isn't.
I was
Like it's kind of
expecting
freaking bizarre that Punisher is in this and not Daredevil.
Yeah. Also, I was expecting J. Jonah Jameson to still be a part of this too.
Oh yeah,
It's
he doesn't even
weird
get
that,
a
it's weird
nod.
that everybody loves Spider-Man right now. I would have again. This is something that could have been fixed with a one thing, with a little tabloid with J. Jonah Jameson saying, "No, he's a menace," and then superimposed with everybody else praising him. Like he's fighting a losing battle.
Everybody else loving him, but just
But yeah,
J. Jonah
it was-
Jameson
It
and
was weird.
one
that-
little corner of the world hating
Yeah.
on him. Yep.
All right. Well, that's
Could've been a
Spider-Man.
Second scene, but
Um,
yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I wish some of the plot points were smarter in
Yep.
how that they weave things together with the mostly with her powers, and I had a little bit of problem with the the organic webbing tying into the rest of the plot.
Powers of sound. Yeah. That would have been a good. Even though the Punisher is
Yeah.
the best part of this movie, it's crazy that it wasn't Daredevil.
Yeah.
And it makes Daredevil born again look even worse.
Like the role that was played in this movie by Punisher would make sense for Punisher, but wouldn't make sense for Daredevil. But at the same time, yeah, it would have been great to see. But I thought I hear that Punisher actually started in a Spider-Man comic?
Probably that sounds
Was his
accurate.
first
but,
appearance in a Spider-Man comic?
I don't know. David, look it up. Okay, here's news. Mike Flanagan is now writing the Warhammer series with Henry Cavill.
Spider-Man
is
129. Yep.
An interesting choice. It's
Yeah,
a
that is
bit
kind
of
of
a
interesting.
It's a
Mike
bit of a
Flanagan-
he's a good writer. It's a bit of a strange.
Yeah, he writes
fit
a lot of really good.
for Warhammer
horror
40K.
movies,
So
I guess there's some good horror elements in Warhammer 40K, but
yeah,
that is an odd choice.
It's a different kind of horror though.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see. Like this isn't like bad news to me, but it's
the most important thing is Henry Cavill remains involved. That's the important thing.
Definitely a choice. I don't know if it's a good
choice
one.
it is.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But it's still happening.
I mean,
That's what's happening.
It's the sort of thing where everybody involved is good, so that increases the chances that it is going to be good, but not a guarantee by any means.
Yeah.
Who knows,
Yeah,
man?
Punisher started out as a Spider-Man villain. He was hunting him down.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 129. I have not gotten there in my reading of Amazing Spider-Man original.
This is one of the. I think this is going to be the best part of the show. So they're doing an Air Bud reboot, and we got it. You guys have to see this.
Oh my gosh! I never saw the original. I just saw the commercials on the beginning of.
I mean, I know I've seen the original.
There's dude. There's a bit in this that is it is shocking to its core.
Lay it on us.
Air Bud returns. Air Bud returns. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sound working?
Yep.
I can't wait for you to see this.
The player that defined a generation and became the original underdog is returning to the spotlight.
Oh, okay.
See what
Good
you
so
did
far.
there, underdog.
He's back to playing basketball. His kids went to space, but now we're, taking the stakes back a little bit. We're going to play basketball again. Back to his roots. Okay, it could be considered like a reboot almost,
I'm looking for signs that this is AI so far.
No, it's not.
It's
not AI. It's not AI. Just wait.
Whoa. All right, buddy. One-on-one.
Okay.
He's poning a handicapped kid with
he can beat
basketball, right?
kids in wheelchairs.
There you go.
Ain't no rule that says dogs can't
play in the
against
disabled Olympics or
can't play in
what are they called?
Disabled basketball.
Paralympics.
Yeah.
Paralympics.
Paralympic sports.
Ain't no rules that says a dog can't play basketball.
1, 2, 3, Timberwolves!
It's not a wheelchair league. There's just one kid on the team in a wheelchair. On a regular basketball team.
I mean, it looks like it's a school team, so okay, who cares? I guess.
Yeah. Can you guys still hear the sound, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been pausing it, but yeah.
I mean, if he's that good at basketball, I mean, hey, there's no rule. Then
Yes,
you
there
can't-
is. Yes, there is. He can't dribble the ball, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
There's special rules for wheelchair sports.
You cannot play the same game.
If he's good enough, he could dribble it while wheeling.
One
It's-
hand with
It's
wheeling while the other
inherently
hand-
traveling. He
He's
cannot
not
be
taking
on a
steps.
regular team.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's taking
Yeah.
no steps in between each dribble of the ball.
Down to the wire. We headed straight for the
Everyone else is normal. This makes no sense.
Yeah.
I love this. I wanna.
Are you ready for this? Is crazy. Are you ready for the combat? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Traveling.
He
Traveling.
He picked his foot up. His foot.
He switched his pivot wheel. This doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Have him play on a wheelchair league.
Yeah.
You could put the dog in a wheelchair, dude.
Again.
Oh, you could. You could totally have the dog have like one of those back leg wheelchairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a picture from
Yeah.
there's a little dog in Mexico that was missing both of its back legs, and someone had made him like a PVC pipe wheels, and he would drag himself by his front two legs.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yep.
That's super cool.
They're like, so every time the general conference comes around, we pull up our BYU TV, which we almost never watch otherwise, and they've got it's called what's it called? The it's this guy that makes prosthetics and wheelchairs for dogs and other animals, and we always catch up on it around general conference time.
They race swapped the lead and then disabled him.
Well, again, they've
Like,
got to
there
tick
need-
as many
there
of
could
those
be-
boxes as they can.
There needs to be a backstory where like the dog bit off his legs.
Oh.
Doesn't make any sense. Why is he disabled?
Yeah.
I hope that
That's
made you
pretty
happy.
silly.
I hope that made you happy.
That made me smile. a
I
lot.
love that. That made me really happy.
I'm cool with it.
So
I'm down
bizarre.
with it.
It's so bizarre. It's such
It
a
is bizarre.
wild choice, though.
Yep.
What's more wild though?
You fell for
A
the
dog
right
going
trap
to
card. No,
space?
ain't no rule. Yeah, no, there's several rules.
I don't know. He's not picking up his feet.
I'm sure all the disabled kids will buy tickets.
Right.
Yep. See, now that could have been a better movie though. Is if Airbud gets disabled, he breaks his leg, right? And now he's
Again,
got to play
right?
in the Paralympic sport version.
In the Paralympics or the
Yeah, there's
or
also
the,
there's
the
also
wheelchair.
girls.
whatever
There's
you
girls
call it.
on the team too. Yeah,
Yeah, which I saw that. And I thought that's where you were
arguably
gonna go with it for a second.
more disabled than the disabled character. More of a
I mean, at the high
handicap.
school-
It's a stronger handicap for your team.
That actually almost looks middle school level. At that level, I could actually believe that they might have a girl that would be able to play with them. But
Why do you
let's
hate
be honest, no.
Because I went to
I mean,
Mexico.
that girl looks bigger than that girl's bigger than most of the guys on the team. It looks like so.
Yeah.
Yep.
I lived
I'll buy it
in
on that
Mexico.
too.
I lived in Mexico for 2 years, and that is why I hate dogs. Also, when I was a kid, one tried to bite my balls off. So, more news. The Rings of Power showrunners say you can skip the first 2 seasons.
That's wild, man.
Oh,
That's a
man.
wild take, man.
Yeah, they've been doing some press this week, and it's great. They're literally saying, yeah, you can start with season 3. You don't
Yeah.
need any context.
When is that coming out?
Huh?
Soon.
When is season 3 coming out?
Soon. I have the Harfoots are gone.
Oh my gosh.
Not
Really?
reduced role. They do not appear in season 3.
Really?
So Gandalf
Gandalf's not going to show up
took
either.
them up north and abandoned them.
Unless Gandalf's not going to be in the show either.
No, Gandalf's in the show. We've seen him in the trailers.
I don't remember seeing him in the trailers.
Rings of
I don't know.
Pooper.
I only saw it one time. It's ridiculous. All I took from the trailer is Celeborn is back. Somehow Celeborn returned. And
we get Rings of
teaming
Pooper
up
in
with orcs
November.
now. They got elves teaming up with orcs in the trailer.
Yes.
What the crap? It's so stupid.
Again, if you want to tell a story where there's this racial like cooperation in a way that's unprecedented or whatever,
Great.
cool. Tell your own story with that.
Hey,
That does not make sense
write
in the
that
Lord of the Rings
story.
universe.
Right.
Go
Stop it.
ahead.
Write
Write
that
that
story,
story if that's the one you want to tell.
Yeah,
But that does not make sense in the Lord of the Rings universe. Come on,
especially prequel Lord of the Rings universe.
especially prequel Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
So- Season 3 drops in November. It's the second week of November. I can't remember the specific date. I can look it up. But they're dropping 4 episodes week 1, and then 2 episodes the next week, and 2 episodes the third week. They are dumping season 3.
Yep.
In
All gonna be
3
done.
weeks.
yeah.
Less than a month.
Well, that'll be a fun 3 weeks for us to watch.
Right.
I actually need to catch up on season 2. I watched the first episode or two.
You don't
and
need to.
I
You don't need. They said
busy.
you don't need to
Right,
watch.
right.
But
Isn't that crazy
Yeah,
though?
That's a wild thing. Like I don't understand. The only reason would be, hey, we don't care if you stopped watching in the middle of season 1 and season 2 because it was garbage. Come back again. You don't need any context.
Please come
you,
back. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, it's wild. Like why
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
you do that to your own show?
Yeah, David, I'm glad you mentioned Celeborn, though, because Celeborn is back, and the showrunners have given us some details, because there's going to be a love triangle between Celeborn, Galadriel, and Sauron. Because not only does Galadriel have a past with Sauron, but Celeborn
already rejected him.
but Celeborn does too, and it's going to be awkward because Sauron has been spending some time with Galadriel's wife. These are actual. I'm quoting verbatim.
So stupid. What the hell?
I don't believe that you're quoting verbatim. I just don't believe that. You can't be.
We've been in Middle Earth equivalent of sadistic outreach. What? You've come out and realized Sauron has slid into your wife's DMs. And so good.
If they actually have that line in the show, I will give them a pass for everything else.
Speaking to the cast,
Because it's just so dumb.
Right? It's just so stupid.
Yeah. So this is the guy like hosting the panel, right? This is what he says, right? Okay. So you're bringing Celeborn back, and you find out he comes back. He's been in Alcatraz, and it turns out Sauron has slid into his wife.
DMs.
No, I meant what I said.
I know you did.
So the cast and the showrunner speaking with him after the panel. I take these thoughts. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
blah, blah,
He was
blah.
correct to frame the relationship.
Waller was correct. Yeah. Was I correct to frame the relationship between Celeborn, Galadriel, and Sauron as a complicated relationship triangle? Indeed, I say as a little bit of a love triangle. And to that, Rings of Power showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McScrew said yes, and then waited, paused, thought about it to make sure that they were saying the correct words. The answer to your question is yes, absolutely. And folks, I did literally say love triangle.
Love triangle.
That's so stupid. It's the premise in itself that Galadriel would fall for Sauron is ridiculous at its front.
And
But also, they already went through that stupid plot line in season 2, and she rejected him.
Response.
What the hell?
Charlie Vickers responded to that very statement. I think in Sauron's mind, he's the guy playing Sauron, maybe Galadriel didn't reject him. I think he just tried to ignore that, and he's going to try again.
And so will he.
No means yes.
Sauron is in
Hollywood is
denial.
There's
Sauron is in
not-
denial.
That's not a love triangle if both options are not an option. If two people are trying to seduce one woman, and the woman says, "No, you suck. This is my husband." It's not a love triangle.
But Sauron's a shapeshifter. He's going to turn himself into Celeborn.
Okay. The only way this love triangle is going to work is if he has the hots for Celeborn. They're going to do
Also, yeah,
a love triangle.
Which I assumed that's the direction they were going with that.
Rejected from Galadriel, so he's going to hit on Celeborn instead. Celeborn is going to be the focus of this triangle. It's going to be Galadriel and Sauron trying to get with Celeborn.
Uh-huh.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
I was joking, dude. Oh my gosh!
It's because Sauron and Celeborn, they have their own shared history. And
my gosh.
I mean, the thing with Celeborn is when Sauron meets Celeborn, if Sauron meets Celeborn, well, let's face it, they're going to meet at some point, that they have their own shared history. They've both been around for hundreds of years. They've both been around the town. So they have their own kind of thing together. It's like,
is there a world that this means anything other than sexual relationship? Just they had a history.
And there's also this other thing added.
There's like a 2% chance.
There's also this other added thing of, by the way, I've been trying to bang your wife. Oh my gosh. This is
Saladrielborn. Oh my gosh. Sauron Drielborn.
Sauron Drielborn.
Oh my god.
Calandriel.
Stupid.
And in response to these kind of psychopaths, the showrunners said, yes, absolutely yes. Screw this show. But Simon Pegg is going to voice the Balrog.
That's creating all the buzz on the internet.
Oh, hey, that's actually discussing film, not discussing fish.
Yeah, this is a real one. Okay.
That's a real one, huh?
So they showed the big shot with the Balrog in the trailer, and Sauron is going to have a showdown with the Balrog. And the Balrog is going to speak. They did a huge behind the scenes where they said, ooh, look, we got someone to, the Balrog's going to have a voice, and it's going to be Simon Pegg. And it has ignited the internet's debate on whether or not Balrogs can talk. And the discourse has been retarded. So, everyone's saying, oh, this is fine. Balrogs can talk. Because Balrogs are, they're just Maiar. They're fallen, corrupted Maiar. So just like Gandalf, just like Sauron, they're fallen angels. So but they've gone through a process of corruption to become something else.
Yes, correct.
The Balrogs. Now, at some point, they were capable of thought and speech when they were Maiar. So why not? Can they not talk now? And people are saying because they never talk in the books. There is no dialogue from Balrogs in the book. There's one scene in the Silmarillion where it says that a Balrog dragged a character back mockingly. Doesn't mean he spoke, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It means that he was mocking the character by dragging him. Doesn't mean he didn't speak, but the fact of the matter is, Tolkien never wrote a single line of dialogue for any of the Balrogs. There's more than one.
Well, hey, that's kind of how this whole Rings of Power got made in the first place, because they are reading in between.
There ain't no rule that says a Balrog can't talk.
Exactly.
It's the exact
no
same.
Reasons why the Harfoots can't.
Tolkien did say that hobbits did not exist in the Second Age, but he never said that Harfoots didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's the same vein. There's a whole bunch of things that Tolkien never said. Tolkien never said Sauron slid into Galadriel's DMs.
Yeah.
Because it's a negative. There's an infinite number of things Tolkien never said. How about we focus on what Tolkien did say? And the fact of the matter is, regardless of whether or not Balrogs can talk, making them talk is stupid. And they're more interesting when they don't talk, which is why Tolkien never had them talk. And also, all of this is completely irrelevant because Tolkien also said Balrogs can't talk.
Wow.
In response to a script for a Lord of the Rings movie, not the ones that got made. This movie didn't get made. He responded to a whole bunch of different things. The author he refers to as Zimmerman, but in his letter 210, he responds and says all of the things that Z got incorrect. And there are lots of problems, but notably, on page 20, the Balrog. Z may let me zoom in. Z may think he knows more about Balrogs than I do, but he cannot expect me to agree with him. This Balrog laughed, talked, and sneered, though it was not supposed to speak at all. I can already hear the naysayers. I can already hear Jared saying, well, that just means this Balrog is not supposed to talk in that scene. How about we focus on what Tolkien did say and did write instead of the infinitely many things that he never wrote?
Yep.
I like Simon Pegg.
Did you see
this is a bad choice.
Yeah. Did you see his video confirming that he's playing the Balrog?
No.
It read like a hostage video, man. He's just like, so I'm playing the Balrog on the Lord of the Rings. So check. I'm in Lord of the Rings. Check. he's constantly like looking off screen like he's reading a script that was prepared for him and just riffing off of it.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
So again, this is me coming from a little bit of a devil's advocate perspective, which you already voiced for me for the most part.
I already did that for you.
You already got me for that. So the thing that I will say that is more along the lines of what I think you would be able to agree with is if they did a better job overall of building a good story that had some room for like, hey, this is a spot that Tolkien didn't cover, but as long as we built around it with a lot of things that he did talk about and that we really build off of what he did talk about, if there's an area that we want to explore that he didn't really cover, we can make up some things in there. But that's if you had already had a really good established, like built off of what he actually did right and did put in there. So like the idea that you could have a thing that like, hey, the Balrogs never talk in there, but you know what? With this really good story, it's got to be a good story that's built off of everything else that's great from Tolkien. And we're like, it really makes sense if we can figure out that this one Balrog is still in the process of being, coming down from being a Mire or whatever. Maybe you could do that. Conceptually, I can see where you could get to this place.
Yeah.
But you've got so many other problems involved there that now it's just like, no, just stop.
It's just a weird decision because we don't have any precedent for it. Right? It's the same.
Yeah, there's no precedent for it.
And also,
Solo Star Wars film, right? We've always understood that Han Solo can understand Wookiee. We have never seen Han Solo speak Wookiee. And all of a sudden in Solo, he's like, and he's like communicating with Chewie. I'm like, he's never done that before. Why would he do this now? It's really weird. Same sort of thing. Like, there's nothing to say, they don't speak.
Yeah.
Right?
And
but
also,
they haven't spoken in the film. They're just a big, intimidating presence. He doesn't say, no, Gandalf, fool, I shall pass, I thinks. It's just, it doesn't work. You haven't seen it. So why show it? Like, why go out of your way?
You need to have a much better story to start fiddling with some of this stuff. You need to have a much better reason to fiddle with this other than we just want to.
With your I'm gonna pass thing, I just imagined the Trump and Kamala Harris meme.
Don't come.
Do not pass. Do not pass. I'm gonna pass.
That's good.
Yeah.
I only have one thing to say. Do not pass. Do not.
That's great. You
But
need to.
also, we're forgetting the most important point, which is we've already made this debate moot, and it's all moot to another order, because this specific Balrog, Durin's Bane, is supposed to be asleep this entire time and doesn't wake up until the third age.
True.
So,
Very true.
Yeah.
unless they do a bait and switch, this
Again,
isn't
I'm
Durin's
defending
Bane.
the theory-
This isn't Durin's Bane. This is a different Balrog, and Sauron melts him down to create Mount Doom because they forgot that they already created Mount Doom in season 1, and he uses the Balrog to forge the ring.
That would be hilarious.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
So,
What I'll also say is that I will defend the theory that you could fiddle around with this. Definitely not the execution. That's I think my point is
The other thing that
sure.
I'm gonna laugh
Execution,
if all
absolutely
of this. I'm gonna laugh if all of this comes out and really he doesn't really voice any spoken lines.
He just
goes, and it's just Simon Pegg. And they
he's just
put his
roaring.
name- they put his
He's
name
doing
on-
an Alan Tudyk with Moana, where it's like,
right, exactly. Like, why do you have to attach Simon Pegg's name to a bunch of roaring? You know, like,
Or I am Groot.
no.
Groot,
Yeah.
where it's
Right.
like
I am Balrog. I am Bane. Durin's Bane.
Anyway, yeah, stupid. It looks so dumb. So, but I can't wait to suffer through it.
Yeah, it's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be hot garbaggio.
oh
Mark,
Anyway, this is a fun news. The Odyssey translator. No, sorry, that's
No way.
that's a misspelling.
no, is this real?
Yeah, but
That's
they
wild.
spelled it wrong. They spelled it wrong. The Odyssey desecrator,
Yeah.
Emily Wilson. She did not. Let's just make it absolutely clear. She doesn't even attempt to translate the Odyssey.
Yep.
She interprets. She intentionally misinterprets the Odyssey.
Yep.
On
she
record, that
intentionally
is
interpreted
her
it in
words.
her own way that she really wanted to
She's
put on.
literally
Yes.
saying, "I am interpreting
wrong
this
with
with a bias."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Odyssey desecrator, Emily Wilson, slams Christopher Nolan's abysmal screenplay. I would be ashamed to have written any part of this script.
Wow.
Wild.
So ironic coming from
Wild
her.
take, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
She criticized his psychological, emotional, and political empathetical depth. And she said, Nolan's The Odyssey has nothing convincing to say.
Mostly, I think she's saying that he didn't go far enough because she was going really far to try to put her own spin on it, and he didn't go far enough that direction.
No, she says he went too far.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's not. He didn't ruin it enough. I had hoped. She said it needed more gods. I had hoped that Nolan's affinity with these Homeric themes might push him to new creative heights and enable him to conjure more believable characters. But the Odyssey features this unusual combination of grandiosity. Oh, that's too big. I can't read that. Grandiosity and superficiality. The film's version is too confused. Its characters too underdeveloped to deliver what it half promises in terms of big ideas, although it is very good at conveying big bangs and big giants. Nolan's Odyssey lacks many of the elements that make the poem great. It has nothing convincing to say about time, memory, history, war, or the relationship between one warrior's glorious return and the lives of his family, adversaries, comrades, friends, and neighbors. It lacks psychological, emotional, political, and ethical depth. I was on autopilot there. Empathy. Its narrative structure is gimmicky. The writing is abysmal. None of the characters has convincing motivation for their actions or words.
Last bit.
There are no sex scenes. and all of the food looks horrible.
What a weird pivot for that criticism.
Yeah.
Well,
Just like,
yeah, I mean, I was almost
now
gonna
this is
like.
a breakdown of the ways that the themes are explored and the different. There's also no sex scenes and the food looks bad.
I was almost
kinda
gonna
with
throw
her,
her a
though.
bone.
No,
I
but
was
like,
on-
there's
The
a
rest
lot
of
of.
that, I'm like, I would agree with 90% of the rest of that. Like, yeah, okay, I think that there's some problems
Both
there. I would
both
agree with that.
Cersei and Calypso are banging Odysseus, man. They're
But
supposed
you
to
don't
be.
see it. You don't see it.
And there's the sirens that lure the other men off into the
Right.
depths, right?
Nolan
But-
sung Wilson's praises during his press tour for the Odyssey, telling Empire Magazine that he used the opening line of her translation, "Tell me about a complicated man," as a guide for bringing his Odysseus, Matt Damon, to life on the big screen, which is one of the worst translations. Like, this was an intentional.
The reason
I
for
feel like
her
it
to
is,
do
it is that
way
oversimplification. It really puts it into the too modern. Like it's.
And you
I
can
think
tell that's what he
from
did.
what I can-
Like, he wanted Odysseus to be complicated
I don't even know if he really hit that very well as the
regretful.
problem, but
the other thing though is that the version that the reason why she has it this way is not because of the meaning of it, more so is because it matches the number of syllables in the original words. That's why she translated that way.
She wanted she wanted her
Means the
translation to
meaning.
maintain iambic pentameter.
Right. But anyway,
which is hard to do well, and she didn't do it well.
Yeah.
To life on the big screen. But Wilson concluded of Nolan's film, "I would be ashamed to have written any part of this script."
That's interesting because I think you would
There's more,
agree
though.
with most of her criticisms.
I do.
Written coming from her,
And it's
whose
crazy that it's coming from her.
translation is even less accurate than Nolan's. Odyssey, right?
The release of the Odyssey is still an event to celebrate. This epic bringing audiences back to cinema's translations of the Odyssey, including mine, are flying off the shelves, and perhaps the film will persuade a few colleague administrators not to cut their literature language. Blah 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 blah. There was another good line in here. They didn't include the full interview. She literally says, like, yeah, he doesn't. It's not in here. Why isn't it in here? It's part of this same interview. Maybe I just go there. But she literally says, like, he doesn't do enough hero stuff. They don't have Odysseus being a hero.
Well, her translation paints
Doesn't
him
he?
more as a villain too,
Yeah.
right? So again, it's rich coming from her.
It's crazy
She's the
coming
one
from
that
her.
started that tearing down of Odysseus as the hero, and he's a complicated man that is conflicted and sexist, and
he feels bad about
hero
Troy.
stuff, meaning
He feel bad about
saves
Troy.
people, or him doing adventurous stuff. Which is his
I
hero
do
stuff.
think she probably means
She
more
complained
like
about the dialogue too,
large epic,
which is
Yeah.
crazy
Interesting.
coming from her. Sorry, I interrupted you.
that's wild.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, back to DCC. Steve should be happy. Yeah, they cast the audiobook narrator as Donut. They also need to cast him as the AI, though. He needs to be both.
I disagree. I really want Alan Tudyk to play both. I think he'd be the perfect Prepotente, but I also think he would be really good AI voice as well.
Small diversion, since you guys are talking about.
If he just
Alan
does
Tudyk.
all of the actors who aren't like live action, Prepotente, Donut, and AI.
Well, Jeff Hayes is doing Donut.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, Jeff Hayes.
Audiobook narrator is doing Donut, which is amazing. That's a great choice. But I want Alan Tudyk to do Prepotente for sure. But also, I think he'd be a great Mordecai as well.
So I have a random kind of off-topic question because you guys brought up Alan Tudyk. Have you guys watched any of Resident Alien, and what did you guys think?
Only season one was great. I
season
haven't
one.
watched more.
Season one was amazing.
I saw a random clip of it, and I thought it was really, really funny. So I'm like, I might need to check that.
Season
out.
one's fantastic.
Yeah, season one is phenomenal. I didn't know where they were going to go after ending season one. I was like, how could they possibly continue with this, with the premise? Season two was surprisingly good as well, but then it kind of fell off. Like there were, I think it was season two. There was 2 episodes that were just absolutely nonsensical. It made me mad and were stupid woke.
Well,
They do.
I
like
haven't
the-
had a huge issue with woke. My
women's-
issue is that it's become less of a sitcom
Right,
because I felt like it was going to be like a sitcom of like a alien.
It did
thing.
become a different thing, yeah. And then I
It
think,
kind of became a different thing.
and then I
yeah.
think I stopped watching somewhere in season 3 because it was kind of, I don't know. I need to finish it because the reason why I stopped is because I lost access to Peacock.
Well,
Oh,
I finished. I
but-
think I finished season
I see
3,
it on
and then the next season came out, and I just haven't
Yeah,
bothered to watch
I
it.
don't remember where I dropped off, but the first season
I
is
just
really
saw-
good. The second season is
It-
mostly good. There were like 2 episodes that I hated, but the rest of it was really, really good. And then
It is really good,
just saw-
and I think
I don't remember.
my favorite part is all the side characters. Honestly, I like the alien. I think he's hilarious.
The cast of characters is really good. It's
It's
phenomenal.
got a really
I just saw
good
a
cast of
clip
characters.
of him starting to work at the hospital as a doctor. I don't know if that's a recurring thing or what, but his bit about like, oh, all these humans have to go to school forever to become doctors, and since I was a scientist on my world, I just watched some YouTube videos and like goes in and like just fumbles all like just it was very funny.
Yeah.
It's
So,
really good.
I think that's
I think it's worth
it. Brought him up.
You need to
mostly
get
in the
back into
first
it.
season. He doesn't
Sorry,
do
yeah.
too much.
That's in the. That's in
It's
the,
still it was really good.
he still uses that persona. That's the character that he
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
pretending
Yeah.
to be a human, right? But yeah, the first season is amazing.
Sorry, I stumbled across.
Check
And
it out.
it does
I
get a
stumbled
little
across
woke.
an amazing meme, boys.
All right,
And
lay
it's-
it on us.
It's relevant because it's Nolan.
Uh-huh. Some of the commentaries I watched called him the MCU Oppenheimer or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, season 1's great. I haven't watched anything past that.
Okay. I'll have to check
I
it
mean,
out.
if they come back to that technology and use that for because they that's
Oh, I'm
the
sure they
storyline
will.
of the
I basically guarantee they will. That is absolutely
well,
going to be
if
the
they say,
foundations
oh,
of
we
the
took
college.
Spider-Man's research and we expounded upon it.
They
I
may
don't
or may
think they
not
will.
actually like say that, but 100% that is going to be the foundation of their anti-mutant like collars. They're like mutant suppression collars. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, Spider-Man
Like
is
that was
Yeah.
very
is-
intentional.
Spider-Man is the Hitler of
Right.
of the well, at least the mutants in the MCU. He's a eugenicist. So, David, you sent me one of the worst formatted articles I've ever seen in my life. I'm
The
zoomed in,
article is really bad. It's basically
Holy cow!
just that headline. It's important.
and I've made it look better, right? This
Yes, exactly.
is
And yeah, the title is awful. Like that's not a title. That's a paragraph, right?
That is a
the
paragraph.
quote of the day by Tommy Lee Jones. And it doesn't give you the full quote. The quote of the day by Tommy Lee
Is-
Jones. If you want to know about my politics, the only way to do that is
Yeah.
inspiring lessons on values. And I don't give a crap. Okay, what's the quote?
The quote is that if you want to, someone asked him about his political standing, and he says, "If you want to know my politics, look at my work. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and grandstand and preach and pretend to have this moral high ground because I'm an actor and you should all look up to me. Just look at my body of work and
Look at the projects I'm choosing.
exactly." And so I
Highlights
think
the
I
importance
admire
of
that. I admire that, and also we can infer that he really likes to shoot aliens. He likes to hunt down illegal aliens, right? No, I'm
Yeah.
just-
So he's
I mean,
pro-
I mean, you got to watch his movie "No Country for Illegal Aliens."
yeah.
You know, such a good movie. That No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men,
Phenomenal.
yeah. Anyway, I thought that was a breath of fresh air to see an actor who's not going to grandstand on their morals.
Who's not gay and lame? Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones?
who also
Um,
he isn't preachy about it
Right.
as well.
That's
Like he says, "Hey, I'm not going to preach here. You can look at my work and see what my position is, but I'm not going to preach here."
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
I like the intent behind the article, even though the title of the article is
Article was
terrible.
ridiculous, and I did read and suffer through the entire thing. It's written.
it was one paragraph.
Terrible.
The article itself doesn't. That's it.
Did it? It
I
was long?
scrolled down. Yes. Yeah, I
It used to be
scrolled down.
longer. Are you really?
Hold
It
on.
was like 3 paragraphs total. Like it was.
Look, reset. Look, it's this, and then it's summarized. There's a synopsis.
crazy.
There's a synopsis of 2 paragraphs.
That's weird.
paragraphs.
And the
It
synopsis
wasn't-
and the 2 paragraphs say the exact same. Oh no, it keeps
Oh
going.
yeah, there you
Oh
go.
wait,
There you
look,
go.
okay,
there's
never
more.
mind.
Okay, there's more.
Exactly.
It just did a again.
Sorry,
the
it was just
formatting
hidden. It
of
was
the web
hidden. It
page
was
is
hidden.
Also terrible.
Yeah, the
It
article
looked like it was just 2 paragraphs. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Sorry, I thought that was it.
garbage, but it was
I
a
thought that
good
was it.
sentiment. That's all the quote. That's all you really need to know. They just
Yeah.
go down and break it down and how it's
Okay.
good, inspiring words to live by and yada yada yada. Garbage.
Fun news. The Kickstarter for the Witch of Hobomok Pass has ended and crossed $10,000. So congratulations to Michael F. Kane. I'm looking forward to getting this book.
Nice.
I may or may not have accidentally bought all of the hardcovers to After Moses. So
Wow. Nice.
it was really close.
I did throw in the audiobooks.
Yeah, I already had
hadn't
those.
read yet.
I already had those ones.
I know you already had those, but I didn't. And I'm like, I might as
Yeah.
well buy them through here
Real good.
because they're the same price, and I'm gonna increase the this crowdfunding. So anyway, yeah, great job. It looks like an awesome project. I already backed one of the other comic book projects from the same artist that's drawing for his. Doing the illustrations for his book,
Uh-huh.
so it looks fun.
Yeah, what's his name? It's Jay
It's the other one. It was actually just delivered today
Holt.
to the Theseus.
You got yours? I haven't gotten mine
No,
yet.
no, the digital copy.
Oh,
was just
yeah,
released.
okay, yeah, the digital. Yeah, Jay Holt.
Yeah,
The such a good artist. The Theseus looks really good. And the thing that he's working on right now is Anglo-Saxon. This is his own work, and he's doing the entire comic book physically.
yeah.
With like you can watch.
Yeah.
Like he's doing watercolors, and he's
Oh, that is
he's
beautiful.
he's
Blocking
blocking
it
it out on
Dude.
on the actual page. And
That
this
is
isn't
so
the
good.
finished one. Look at this. This is the finished page.
That looks
Wow.
good.
Amazing. Like I kind of want to buy the original and frame it. Like that's so good. I want that on my wall.
Wow.
But yeah, so this is his. This one won't be out for a while, but this is Anglo-Saxon myth
Yeah.
and
That's a completely different style than his other Theseus.
But it good, right? It
that-
good.
That's really good. He's a good artist.
This is more of his the style for Theseus, whatever.
Yeah.
And then this is the style for Witch of Hobomok Pass.
Yeah, those are the illustrations.
Really good artist, man. So
Yeah, that's fantastic. I look forward to
That
that.
looks good.
I look forward to getting my copy of his Theseus as well. I'm sorry. You guys saw the robot, right? The demon robot.
I did not. What the heck is that?
Someone made a robot horse and they gave it horns, and everyone's like, "That's a weird choice." It looks like anyway, that's
then.
not the point of the story.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's the first time.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta look up the demon horse robot.
it's wild.
Here's another one. Oh, this is another. I don't know what this one's for, but just really, really good watercolor work. I don't typically like watercolors that much, but he's
It's just the watercolors are really hard to get those crisp lines. You have to be really skilled for the
Well,
color.
yeah.
Just not
so he's
bleed
mixing
up
it.
there.
He
Yeah.
goes back and does ink on top of it, and it works
Yeah.
really well. So
And it's also really hard to cover up your
mhm.
your mistakes with watercolor.
Yeah, it does.
And just put more paint on top of it because it's all. Yeah, I struggle with watercolor.
Anyway, so we've got Silo,
Oh yeah, there's
And-
more to
and-
talk about.
and we've got Hot D, and
So
both shows have gotten so bad that I had to take notes on these last 2 episodes.
Really?
Holy cow! I haven't
Yeah.
been doing that.
So
'Cause
I
it's been
am
fine.
not caught up on either show,
Yeah.
so I'm probably going to leave when
Yeah.
we talk about that. But did you want to do Widow's Bay before?
Oh, Widow's Bay is great.
Dude, okay. So
We've already
don't
talked
think
about
we'll
it,
talk
but yeah.
we haven't really done spoilers for it.
We need
Well, I'm gonna
David's.
leave
We
it
need
to you.
David's chance to talk about it and
Yeah.
So
talk a little spoilers.
I really liked Widow's Bay. I think my complaints from the first episode are still valid.
No, you're dumb.
But
I think that again, if you once you finish the rest of the series, you see that that was more intentional than accidental.
Sure, but it doesn't explain. You said, Alan, that the residents of this island are more apathetic. Like they don't care anymore about. They know that there's horrors.
No,
they don't care, and that
they've
really
gotten
does not
used to it, and it's just a part of life for a lot of them. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of them didn't even know the horrors. Like
And a
the
lot
whole
of them
thing-
don't.
The
Yes.
whole thing about the end of the series is they're rediscovering this thing that somehow the whole island forgot about.
Right. They don't
Yeah,
know.
because
They don't know
they're asleep.
why. They don't know the why behind the horrors. But a lot of the
Why
residents.
not? Why not? They had this whole program, had this
which
whole
was
program that
secret.
set up.
It was a secret. That
They
was a
had-
government program.
They had
and they
instructional
only
videos.
showed the videos to the people that they were sacrificing. David, what do you mean? Why does nobody know about this? Did you
They-
watch the same show?
Yes, I did. And so for some reason, the only person that knows anything is the priest who hangs himself.
Yeah.
He
Well,
reads
I don't
the
think he
letter.
hung himself.
There's certain steps.
I think
that you
someone
must
killed him.
do. No, I think he hung himself because he didn't want to sacrifice people to the demon.
Oh, okay, maybe that's true.
Because he reads the letter and he says there's certain steps that you must take if the bell tolls, which
Got it.
told
Okay, yeah,
9
that makes
times
sense.
in the beginning, and then there was a sacrifice, and then at the very end it told 8 times, right? So the demon entity thing is going to require 8 more sacrifices.
8 more sacrifices.
And he didn't want to sacrifice people, so he hung himself. But why the hell was he the only person that knew what to? And he didn't even know what to do. He just had a letter explaining what to do when the bell tolls. It didn't make any sense. But they had this whole program set forward, and everything was organized so that everyone knew what to do. And they had these videos that nobody knew about it.
Right. Well,
It didn't
something
make
happened,
any
David, and they haven't told us what happened yet.
It didn't.
I think they need
I
to
still really
explain
enjoyed
why everyone's forgot about it.
Yeah,
But,
it was.
if they never explain it, I
most
agree
people
it's an
don't
issue.
know about it.
Yeah, the people
Yeah.
who knew about it, something happened, and they probably all died. Maybe they accidentally sacrificed themselves.
Maybe. If they never explain it, then I agree that's an issue, David. But so far,
it's
not an
very
issue, it's just a
clearly
mystery.
they didn't want to answer that question just yet. And holy cow, they answer. They give you so many answers for
They
a
do.
show. Like this is not a mystery box show. They're answering questions at the same rate that they're bringing up new ones. Like it's so satisfying. And holy cow, the Halloween episode.
Wait,
that was good.
It's
Which one is
so
that? He's just following her.
good. The
Michael
Jason,
Myers, the one where
the Michael
No,
Myers
Jason
slash Jason Friday the 13th episode.
My 2 favorite
is
episodes.
so good.
My 2 favorite episodes were both with her when she is the main thing.
Yep.
The other one was with the witchcraft book. That was done so well.
Yeah,
She's like, oh, I'm just
episode 4. That's the one he was talking
following
about.
this
And
weird
episode
book
3
that
sets
shows
it up
me
so
exactly
well
what
too.
I need to do. And all of a sudden we found out it's a witchcraft book, and she's bewitched everybody to go
And the
drown
teasers and
themselves
the
in the
reveal
lake.
of the like.
It was so
Are you
good.
sure you want to be wearing that? Don't you want to change your headwear a little bit? Like,
Yeah,
so
I know,
good.
right?
Such a great tease.
That was
love
really
it.
well done. My problem with the series as a whole is that it doesn't connect the state of this island with the people on the island itself. They don't.
No,
these
and
terrible things
that's
are
a
happening.
different point
But
that
then-
you changed. You changed your point.
No.
Last
My-
time you were
my
complaining.
point
No,
is-
no, no. Let
my
me.
point is these terrible things are happening, and these people don't seem to be scared about it, and don't seem to know what the hell is going on, but they don't care. It doesn't make any sense.
Last time you complained about the show, your biggest complaint was that the main character was inconsistent.
No,
you made that same argument, except you
Yeah,
applied
but
it
you did-
specifically to the main character.
No, I
And
said
there
it
was
makes sense.
absolutely
No.
a reason
I
behind
specifically said it makes sense that he was skeptical at first, but then he saw the guy attack him, and it makes sense that he was scared of the fog. But it doesn't make sense how the other guys weren't scared of the fog. They were the people of the island, which it was made to believe that they were all the superstitious
No, this is very like the big
That's
secrets have been
exactly what I
kept
said.
from the main populace, and the people who knew obviously something happened to them, and we don't know that yet.
Right.
But you changed your complaint, David. Last time
same
you were complaining,
complaint.
you were saying that the main character
So-
was inconsistent, and it is
actually-
absolutely
No,
answered.
I
He
said
is
some
so
of the-
consistent. Let me
I
finish.
said some of the humor was inconsistent. It didn't know whether it wanted to
no,
be comedy.
your
or not.
your main problem was with the main character, and it's answered because the show is saying on the outside he says he's not superstitious, but.
Right.
It's
But he
wrong.
really actually
He's
really knew the whole
very
time.
superstitious,
He knew the whole
and
time. I
he's
get that.
he's suspected this the entire time, and that's the reason he's in denial is to protect his son.
I
He
agree.
wants to change the island because deep down inside, he knows
wants
his
his
son can never leave.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. I agree.
I will
They
say
did
I
that
do
part
remember
well.
I do
It's
remember
brilliant.
David actually making the exact point that he made, which was that it's weird, like because of the experience with the guy in the hospital, it makes a little bit of sense that the main character, the mayor, is afraid of the fog, even though he hasn't been afraid and has not been believing this whole time.
No, he's
Which
been
again, we
telling
talked
people
about how
he's not
he
afraid.
really did. Yes.
Yes,
But
that part
you did point out last time that your problem was that the people who are supposed to be these superstitious ones were not afraid of the fog.
Right. And that's
so
my
you did
same-
actually bring that up last time.
Right.
I do remember that.
And
yeah.
and that's my same argument here is that these
So-
people
perfectly
but
explained.
but again,
Terrible things are
the
happening.
problem is, David, that they're not like they're a little superstitious about some things, but it's only the one other guy that really is superstitious. That because everyone else is like, yes, let's open up the hotel, but he's like, no, you can't open up the hotel. Everybody else is like, there's weird stuff that happens, like Alan's saying, there's weird stuff that
But
happens.
also
but
the
it's just
normalized
the
to them.
car. It's fine. We don't
the
really
hotel
care.
owner too
It's
like
calm.
is super superstitious about the hotel, doesn't want to sleep in it, doesn't want to enter that
He's
room.
not
Like they know
superstitious. He's just a little stitious.
Yeah, but he
You know?
also owns it
does not
and
want
wants
to
to
go
make
that room.
money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It
he also
doesn't-
owns it and wants to open it up and fix it up and bring people in
that's
to
such a good
stay
show.
there. And
I really enjoyed it. It's a wonderful show. It's just those little inconsistencies. The other thing too, that like I said, my favorite episodes were episode 4 and then the Halloween episode, right? Because they were just so like she does everything right in the Halloween episode too. Like
So
she
good.
doesn't make any stupid decisions. She does the thing she should, and then people
and she realizes no one's going to listen to her,
That-
and
like,
so she runs to the gas
gasoline,
station.
that was
Doesn't
so
tell
good.
the police officer the problem. Just says, "Put $10 on."
Yeah, that's so good. She's
Pump
like,
for-
she gets the pump and is like, I need money, and then she does, and then she puts them out, and then anyway, yeah, it was really great. But my problem is,
David,
those episodes
David,
were good.
you have the media literacy of a Reddit moderator.
No. Listen to me though. I really liked that, and I also really liked the sea hag sitting on your face.
How does she kill you? She sits on your face.
That was so good. Okay, but, so there's these weird things that are happening on the island, right? And the flashback episode was also really good, so wonderful. But then once we had that flashback episode, we come back and it's just him coming back from the dead, and they're trying to. Well, I mean, he never really died, right? And
Right.
it just
He comes
nothing
back.
else happens that is weird with the island after that. It just there's the storm, and they like the lights go out in the storm,
That's
and
true.
he's trying to kill the old lady, and so that trolley problem thing was amazing. Like
So good.
he did the trolley problem, and he's like, no, I wouldn't pull it because then you're actually killing this other person. Like I wouldn't do that. You know? that was great. How it,
Like I'm not the one that
No
put them
other-
on the tracks. Life
Right.
put them on the tracks.
Yeah,
and if
exactly.
I make this choice, I'm actively choosing to kill someone.
right.
It's so good.
Yep.
That was
Which
great.
is
how
a
that-
really good like explanation of the other side of the trolley problem that is not usually addressed very well.
right.
It's not,
but-
and I
but
think that's a good.
I think it's wonderful because I think that's what most of us would choose in real life is to not do anything. But morally, if you knew the whole thing, yeah, of course, most of us would say we would pull the lever, but in reality, we probably wouldn't. But that being aside, I love that the moral argument that he's trying to frame the situation to give her an opportunity to heroically sacrifice herself, and it backfires in his face. It's great. But after that the Halloween episode, there's nothing crazy, scary happening on the island. It's just this lineage that they're trying to get rid of, and then oh yeah, there's a demon at the end, and it's just
finally kind of putting together all the pieces.
Some more weird anomalies happening with the island throughout everything else, because it was just
anomalies, but
the thing is that the rest of the episodes had so many good and fun parts, like the comedy of errors of like going to the lighthouse and missing each other and like coming back.
I loved it.
And then like you have the one gossip lady from the office just like explaining everything, and like just her dialogue in that was just so beautiful. I don't remember what it was, but I remember there were 2 or 3 things where, because at the time I had finished it, but Alan hadn't gotten to it, but he'd already said that she was his favorite character. And I'm like, you're going to love these last 2 episodes because she is there just full of lines like, I guess I won't finish now, or something like that. Just she's so good
sassy.
She
was I loved it.
Her character was awesome. But yeah, I love the whole thing. It's just I wish there would have been more cohesiveness with
the last 2 episodes. Like the time that passes in the last 2 episodes is like a couple of hours, David.
Right, I know.
Yeah,
but
there's plenty of things going wrong with the island. It's just that the last 2 episodes zoom in really close.
It's just the storm.
I wonder too if
because
I think the perspective of the viewer.
The other thing I would wonder is
a break for the viewer. It's
right.
been
because you've got the reveal. You've got the reveal of the secrets in there, and
I know
the guy gets sucked into the sacrifice room. That's not weird enough for you. He comes out. We got to remain calm. Everyone remain calm. Everyone's going to be okay. This place is going to kill us. Such a good part.
Yeah,
so I see your point, David, but I also wonder.
I enjoyed all of it, but all the other episodes were like a monster of the week type of thing, right? And then it just drops
so the
that
shift
premise.
from
Once we figure out what's kind of going on, it drops the premise of monster of the week, and it's just, oh, we got to kill this lineage, and there's a big storm, and that's it. I see your
complaints, David, but it doesn't bother me. Yeah, I see your complaints, but it doesn't bother me. The thing that I would wonder is if we track from the time that we hear the 9 gongs, how many people die up to that point? Like, I'm sure that 9 people have died through the series is what it is, but I wonder if everybody has died by that point, and so a lot of the weird stuff stops happening because the sacrifice demanded has already been paid.
No, the sacrifice happens at the very end of the last episode. That's the sacrifice.
That's one person, but we need 9. You need to have 9 total.
No, that the bell rings at after the sacrifice. End. So the bell rings once.
Well, the original, the first 9.
No, the bell demanded one sacrifice.
No, at the very beginning,
okay.
The bell told 9 times.
At
the very end of the season,
it's 8 because it accepted one sacrifice. It's saying, hey, you need 8 more. It's saying that's gonna that'll appease me for now, but not forever.
Yes.
See, I thought it was that through the series from the time that we got the 9 that we then eventually get 9 people die throughout the series at that point, because there's several people that die.
There are several people that die, but the only one that counts
it's not about
is
death;
the one
it's about sacrifice.
That was in the chair, in the room with the chair that gets sacrificed to the demon. Right. That's the only one that counts.
Okay.
He still, this demon entity thing still requires 8 more souls.
I just can't. I can't wait for this season. They're doing season 2. I think they've only officially renewed it for another season. But I can't wait to see them sacrifice all of the main girls. So,
it's so good. Yeah, I was fully expecting the douchebag friend to go
clean house in that house. Yeah.
The teenagers break into and they put him in the chair, and then the guard breaks him out and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And then the guard gets eaten. He used the sacrifice, right?
Oh yeah.
Not the guard, but the whoever.
Got it.
The guy who shows up. Yeah.
No, it's about sealing him in the room, I guess. So.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a wonderful show. I really liked it.
It's so entertaining. It's so funny too.
It's really fun.
The characters it walks that line. It balances it so well.
Yeah.
Spooky and entertaining.
Yeah. It walks that line very, very well. I will say that. I was worried about that from the episode 1 because I've seen a lot of these comedy horror shows that can't decide what they want to be. And I think this walked the line very well. It was very fun.
That was another complaint that you had, was that you were worried that it wasn't, because it wasn't feeling consistent there. But now that you've seen the rest of the series, you can tell, like, no, it does know what it's trying to be.
It was right. It was perfect. Yeah, the tone was perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, all my complaints are very.
I remember, because that was one where I'm like, I definitely see where you're coming from with that, but no, this one definitely knows where it's coming from and what it's doing. So
yeah,
once you finish it, you'll be fine.
Anyway, you want to rant about Silo before we go into Hot D?
Silo sucks.
Okay,
All right, well, I'm gonna hop off then.
I still haven't watched Silo.
How many episodes are we in?
My wife has completely lost interest in Silo, and
I think
don't.
5.
It's really hard to watch shows if my wife isn't watching. So we have not caught up on Silo.
We are 5 episodes, so halfway through season 3. Have we started book 2 yet?
I doubt it.
Not a single sentence from book 2 has been adapted.
Yeah. Again,
I do feel like, from the little bit that you've said, we
show.
might be just approaching. We might be just approaching season or book 2.
Nah,
maybe?
fam.
I don't know though.
Nah, fam. This has completely. This show is just doing its own thing. I have no idea what the show is even about anymore. It is not Wool. It's crazy, and also like a lot of my complaints.
We're starting to move past the.
A lot of my complaints
Go ahead,
in the past have been like, "Oh, this isn't book accurate," and there's a lot of that still. Well, it's just not. It's just not the book, right? It's just not like, "Oh, it's adapting this scene wrong." It's just not adapting any of it. They're completely throwing out books 2 and 3. There's not a scene from them that can be adapted now. But also, there was a whole bunch of really stupid things that happened in this episode. Why did they need doors to carry the dainty woman? Why did they need a door stretcher to carry tiny Juliet? That would make it harder to do.
Yeah, maybe again, you want a backboard. You want to keep her level or flat and not have to be. Yeah.
I know I've said this 100 times. I cannot stand Common. And now it's especially worse, his acting, because they've explained the whole memory drug, right? And they've used this several times on this Silo to wipe everyone, and that's why the Silo environment is so different and foreign, because you literally cannot remember Earth life, right? That's the point of it, is to create a better seed of human.
So that's the reason why they're brainwashed into thinking it's 300 years from the.
No, it has been 300 years.
It has been, okay.
Because it's been.
It's supposed
like
to be 500 years.
Yeah.
Spoilers: it ends a little bit early, which is also why the heck are we out of? They've somehow misplaced 200 years of supplies in the emergency supply, essential supply.
They've been stolen. They've been stolen.
Stolen, but it's a closed. Where are they taking the stuff? It's a silo.
Well,
there's only so many places you can hide supplies.
But there's also a lot of places that they apparently don't know about, because we continue to discover new hidey holes in places that, like, the outsiders are hiding.
Okay, but why would someone need to steal 200 years worth of light bulbs?
Yeah.
What could they be possibly using? It's nonsense. But to go back to my original point,
taken to another silo would be another.
Silo's performance is even more offensive now, because you're not supposed to be able to know anything about your past life, and yet Common still sounds like a thug from Compton. He's swearing left and right now. How the F do you think I got down here, fool? Huh?
Yeah.
And you're like, this makes no freaking sense, and your character sucks. Stealing the supply is BS. Why would you need those light bulbs? Who put them down there? It's irrelevant to the rest of the plot. I have no idea what the plot is. Can they not, like, there's 200 years worth of light bulbs just hidden somewhere. It just doesn't make sense. And then I just stopped caring. This episode was so freaking boring. I just stopped watching, paying attention. I stopped taking notes, and my last note is, why in the crap did we get a Donald recap at the beginning of this episode if he wasn't going to be in any of the episode. And then he showed up for the last 30 seconds.
Wow.
He's in the last 30 seconds of the episode.
I hate it when shows.
No, because they had the whole thing with him and his buddy that was in Congress that they were talking to, and it's like, hey, you need to give me the
that was last
recordings,
episode,
and they did the whole recording.
That was the last episode.
Was that last episode?
And they recapped that. They recapped that in this episode. They said, "Oh, hey, remember that recording stuff?" And then he's not in the episode.
Huh.
Book 2 is about him.
Yeah.
And he's had like 5 minutes of screen time in 5 episodes.
That's wild, man.
And they haven't even started his plot. I do not understand what this show is doing, but it is one of the least faithful adaptations I've ever seen.
That's frustrating.
I'm pissed off about Silo.
I enjoyed the first 2 seasons. I know you had your issues with what they changed some of your favorite parts of the book, but I really liked the first 2 seasons.
They didn't change them; they just omitted them.
Right, but yeah, I still enjoyed seasons 1 and 2, and my wife has completely lost interest in finishing
season
Silo.
sucks.
So,
That's all I have to say about Silo. I think I'm done watching it.
I'm still mostly enjoying it because I don't have a book to depend on for it.
I don't have a book to depend on either, but it just, I can tell they're just dragging their feet. I could tell that from the very first episode that
they have so much ground to cover, though. They can't drag their feet.
Right. I know. I don't understand.
This entire season is just made up stuff.
It's wild.
I thought for sure when the season started, okay, I understand. You have to make up a little bit of Rebecca Ferguson plot so that you can get through book 2. The entire season has been made up Rebecca Ferguson plot. And the teeny little bit that you get from the flashback characters is a prequel to his book.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And they changed his name from Donald to Damien Targaryen or something because Orange Man bad. What's his name? Daniel? Is it Daniel in the show? Sorry, I keep saying Donald because his name is Donald. But the showrunner doesn't like Donald Trump. So he changed his name. Screw this show. Let's talk about House of the Dragon. Holy cow, this episode was bad.
Yeah, I don't even remember what happened except 2 notes on 2 conversations that I enjoyed, and the rest of it, I don't even remember what happened.
Here are my notes. Oh no. A coordinated sneak attack from prone of an entire army. Okay? If you're going to do a sneak attack, that could work on one person. Okay? If you lay down and play dead, you could sneak attack one person.
Yeah, right.
If your entire army is laying prone and playing dead, there is no possible way to coordinate and have everyone sneak attack at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
Yeah. Once the first person is surprised, then everybody else is going to kill everyone in the middle.
Who's still laying prone?
Exactly. Yeah, it was really stupid.
Oh, it's the worst tactic possible.
Yeah, it would.
It's not a hugely smart tactic, but I think it would work. I don't know.
I thought for sure, like, hey, maybe the rest are hiding in the tent, and there's like 3 people laying on the ground, and they'll sneak attack, and then they'll surround them, and they don't, and the entire and the rest of the army waits and watches the sneak attack army and wait until they're dead.
Yeah.
So that they can have a cool reveal.
That I will give as a dumb tactic because you are basically deciding to completely sacrifice these people and then
so that you can look cool.
Yeah.
So you can aura farm.
Yeah. It was really stupid.
That happened, and I wrote down somehow this is worse than the giant, oversized stealth caltrops that we got in the last episode.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And when the first horse stepped on one, it instantly killed all of the other horses, and they were scouting and didn't see these on the ground. It let you. Oh my goodness. Okay, you had the point, dude.
I say they were trying to do the thing where everyone's camouflaged and they come up and ambush everybody, right?
And they didn't.
But what a common thing that you've seen in lots of other films when people come across dead people on the battlefield is to
you stab them.
Yeah, to make sure they're dead, right?
Yeah.
And they just
they do though. They lean over. I don't see any wounds, but these guys didn't die here. They must have died somewhere else.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
They bend down to check to see if they're dead.
Yeah.
And then forgot
Yep.
to check to see if they were dead?
I guess.
Even though there's dialogue about checking?
Well, I think
on the status of their death?
I think they did have real dead people there. They just drug in.
They did also have real dead people there.
Plopped them down, and then they laid down with the dead people. But it was like, why? It was dumb. It was dumb.
And then
like the only reason that would work is if, hey, you're in pursuit or something, and you quick pretend to be dead. Right?
There's a shot.
They planned this. This was their strategy. Like what? It's so dumb.
The only other guy in Kristen Cole's army who's like given screen time is like it's not his right hand man because that used to be the Lannister guy, right? Or is it Lannister? That was Hightower. The other guy who's like the scruffy, like bearded one. There's a part of their little fight scene where he falls prone, falls on his back, and there's a guy attacking him. And I kid you not, the guy who could easily slay him. Once you've knocked someone prone, you could stab him in the groin, or you could just any thrust and you win the fight. And instead of doing that, instead of dispatching his foe who's prone on his back, he overhand
multiple times
at Kristen Cole's right hand man 10 times.
He's guarding with the sword, and he just keeps.
He's holding it up. He doesn't even move. He's laying prone, holding up a sword, and he goes boom, boom, boom. There are 10 on-screen strikes, and likely more off-screen because it cuts away and comes back, and he's still going like this. It is so bad.
Yeah.
The choreography is terrible. And then he has Kristen Cole has the audacity to say, "This was not the battle."
Yeah.
Because the audience is so dumb, you have to TikTok brain them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just revealed that was not the battle, and you had to say it too.
Right.
They watched their kin die so they could aura farm. And then I have no idea who that lady is who killed Kristen Cole. I thought it was like a character that we're bringing back. No, that's the first time you see her character on screen. I know who it is now.
The first time you see her character on screen
in the show.
It is supposed to be somebody from the books. It's supposed to have been
someone from the
involved
books.
so far.
It's someone from the
hasn't
books.
been.
But when I was like, who the heck is this? Like I don't remember.
Yeah, nope, you're right.
But that happened 3 times in this episode. They brought back someone like that, like at the end with what we'll get to that. Where like someone shows up and they like zoom in, but it was someone you were supposed to remember. But the show is so bad at keeping track of its characters that you like. It was the same effect. Like I have no idea who that person is. Which of these people am I supposed to remember? And apparently one of them I wasn't supposed to remember.
Yeah, that's weird. The other thing that was weird too is with Sir Kristen's death. They want you to make it like, oh, it's so sad and he's so heroic and he died, and like. No, he's a douchebag character. He's a terrible person. How are we supposed to feel sorry for him? Like, I don't feel. I'm glad he's dead.
I've heard nobody feeling sorry for him. I probably feel the most sorry for him out of anybody that I've ever heard. The manner in which he's died and the music that is played, the way they frame it.
So sad. He's dead. He was such a noble.
I'll disagree with you there. It was just supposed to be. It was just dramatic.
Go back and watch the music. It's like
you're not supposed to
play
feel
very sad music for him dying.
Right.
Yeah,
they do play very sad music for him dying.
I don't think
it's
anyone
like-
is supposed to feel sad. I think
No,
it's just
but
dramatic
the way
music.
the music and the way they filmed it with the handkerchief that he lovingly wrapped around the thing. It shows the handkerchief.
It's supposed to be
blowing in the
tragic,
wind.
but it's not supposed to be
as though they
empathetic.
wanted people. It was framed as though they wanted people to feel sad that he died,
Right.
but
but the
don't think
show
they
is
actually
constantly
expected him to do
constantly
Yeah.
framing the Greens as the bad guys. They're constantly saying, "Hey, no, the blacks are the main characters." I disagree. Like, it's just music. It wasn't. I don't think it was played. I think it was played for like dramatic irony. It's supposed to be a tragic end to his character, but you're not supposed to like him.
But
I like his
but,
character
you know.
because it's a good written character, not because he's a good person.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I actually mostly with David on this one, and I agree though that like the idea that it's tragic. Why is it tragic? This is a terrible person being taken out. Why is this a tragedy?
Yeah.
It's not a tragedy. So even within the framing that you're saying, like it still doesn't really feel
just
right.
weirded
Like
me a
they're
little bit.
trying to make it emotional in a way that it doesn't seem like.
as much as I hated the build up to his death, when it comes down to his actual death, perfectly adapted. That is exactly how it happens. He asks for an honorable duel, and they just shoot him with arrows.
And again, it's
it's him like obviously they're not going to let he's like flying in the face of he's such a stubborn character.
I will not go
and
quietly
I loved
into
his
that
death.
great night. Yeah.
I loved his death.
And again, the manner in which he died was great. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to be this big triumphant thing." He's like, "No, just arrow, you're dead." Right? But then he fell to the ground, and they played the music, and they showed the handkerchief, and it's
I thought it was great.
Come on, he should have just.
That's the only part of the episode.
down.
That's the only part of the episode that was good. I'm going to fight you here. like.
No, there are two more things that I thought were good.
I'm with you. David.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
with
sorry.
you.
The next sentence, my next note is Daemon Targaryen is fantastic. He's the only.
great.
He's the
His
only character
insult-
that's interesting in the show.
His insult, I wrote down. I had to go back and write it down because it was so good.
It was good.
Where he's in the council and
I keep saying
guy,
Damien. It's Daemon
Yeah.
Targaryen.
Damien Targaryen.
Yeah, you said David.
They're in the council, and the new counselor is giving Rhaenyra advice, and he has said, "I will not listen to one whose greatest battle is with his own indigestion."
That's a good one.
It was like,
That was great. That was great.
so good. It was so good. I love his character. It was amazing. But that was good. And then later, the conversation with Alan and his dad, the sea snake, and he's all butthurt because he won't acknowledge, or that Rhaenyra won't acknowledge him as his heirs. And
You
he's
did the
like,
same thing for a year.
"How long did you take?
How long did it take you to
like?
Yeah,
It was good.
and it's like, yeah,
that was great. I love that. Those are the two
that was really good.
excellent parts
That was really good. Uh-huh.
of the show.
I have a note here, and I don't. I was too vague. I don't remember what this. I have no more walks. I don't know what that is.
No
there was a
clue.
scene where someone was going on walks, and now you can't do it anymore. Oh no! She gets house arrest. She gets punished, and now she can't go on walks anymore. That's it's Alicent.
Which again, they verbally make it a big deal, but it doesn't really it hasn't really been brought right to my attention of the idea that like Helena needs that because she would go stir crazy. I guess
she can't go on walks anymore.
The pregnant one,
Yeah.
It's like no, she has to see the moon, she has to see the sky or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It hasn't really been sold to me very well that she needs to go on walks in particular, because that's what Allison tried to say. Was like no, that'll destroy Helena. She'll whatever.
Yeah.
She'll go somehow crazier than she actually is.
The other dialogue that was good in the episode was Rhaenyra will not burn her own subjects. She's a woman. She doesn't have the the balls to do it, which is obviously supposed to, it's a good line of dialogue, but it's also dramatic irony for the way Game of Thrones ends, right? But the rest, the rest of this episode was terrible, because then we go to Tumbleton. Holy crap, that was bad.
Yeah.
His wife yelling at him for coming to save her. She, if you go back and watch season 2, she's nagging him the whole time. We don't have enough food. We remember we're dying. And says, "Okay, I'm gonna go solve the problem."
Yeah.
And then he comes back. "Hey, I solved the problem. Let's go." No, I hate men. How dare you? I needed you.
Yeah,
was really weird.
That was
so stupid. What an idiot character.
We've seen no We have seen no issues of her having any issues with dragons at all, but this time she's like, "You smell like dragons. You cheated on me with a dragon."
The bad guys just killed her brother, and she wants to stay with them instead.
Yeah,
so stupid.
The one thing I'll give a little bit to is the idea that, like, hey, I mean, again, I chose to run away, and bad things happen to me on the road, and that really sucks. But you don't take what do you mean? Like the fact that he went to get a dragon and it's so terrible that he has a dragon now is like, oh, you're such a terrible person. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make
very
any
poor
sense.
execution. I think there's
Obviously,
some things behind that could have been interesting or could have been good, but very, very poor. Like,
obviously
you're terrible.
They're using this as a springboard to, like you said in the previous episode, he has no motivation to turncoat on Rhaenyra. This is his motivation.
This is less.
Well,
this is less motivation to turncoat.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's what I've been really confused.
They're gonna have them fight. They're gonna have Ulf and Hugh the Hammer fight each other instead of both of them turncoating. They're gonna fight each other.
Okay, I suppose that makes
or
sense.
they can have, or they can have.
So far, the way that the show is, Hugh makes no sense to turncoat, and I've heard that through all the other spoiler discussions.
They've given Ulf reason. They've given Ulf reason.
Ulf gives lots. He's got lots of good reasons to turncoat. He feels rejected. He feels like he's too restrained or whatever, but not Hugh. And this gives him less reason to because again, she made it about. She didn't make it about, oh, you sided with Rhaenyra and she doesn't like that for some reason. No. It's because you're a man, you have a dragon, and you weren't with me. None of that, and now now I'm keeping you so you won't be with me, period. And that
they could
not going to make him be like, well, if I switch sides, she'll love me again. That doesn't make any sense.
No.
So,
no, definitely not. That's not the route that they could go with it. But I think you're right. That's
what I'm saying is that they no longer have it make any sense. There's no way it makes sense.
The smartest option is to have him and Alf fight, right? But I think they could. It would be a stupid decision, but I could see them saying, "Oh, now I resent Rhaenyra for giving me a dragon because
so I'm
going to
burn my wife down in the city she's." Yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Again, maybe you have Rhaenyra ordering him to burn down the city, and then he is resentful towards Rhaenyra. But again, that is now less impactful because she has rejected him. Like if it had happened without her rejecting him, that would have made a lot of sense. Now, while it could still make sense, it makes less sense now.
Dude, this show is falling apart. So it's just falling apart at the seams, and my jaw was already on the floor with how stupid that the Hugh the Hammer stuff was. And then the next scene is even worse. And it's Rhaenyra asking Alicent to go kill her own son.
Yeah.
This is even more offensive because the coolest part of the book is when Damon and Damon and Aemon fight each other at Harrenhal. And now we're getting Alicent fighting her son instead.
Well, I don't.
What a stupid decision!
I don't think she's going to go to her son.
I laughed
going to come to that.
out loud, dude.
I think she's going to go and. Well, so I haven't read the book.
The fact that she's letting her go is so dumb. Yeah, she's supposed to be in prison for the rest of the book until something happens.
She could do lots of things. I think she's going to go to her Hightower cousins or brother.
So dumb. It's just like Rhaenyra is just making the worst choices, and you're like, yeah, this character's retarded.
Yeah.
The post-credit shows her actually at Harrenhal making eye contact with Aemon.
Oh,
so
I did
she's
not.
going to Harrenhal.
I didn't see the post. Are there post-credit scenes on all of these?
So not the day of. If you watch it on Sunday, if you watch it on Sunday,
watch the next episode.
So if you watch it on Sunday, though, it's not there.
But it's
if you watch it, if you watch it the next day, they'll have the next episode, and then they'll have the behind-the-scenes thing, which I haven't watched any of.
I usually watch through those,
so they don't show up till later.
Okay, so she does go to Harrenhal. That's stupid.
It's really dumb. It's really stupid, dude.
If you're Alicent, why would you go to Harrenhal?
If you're Rhaenyra, why would you let her go?
The biggest thing is she does seem.
Because she doesn't have
So-
to go to
so-
Harrenhal. That's why.
So
See you, Mark.
okay,
So dumb.
I agree. It's not the greatest, but what I will say is Rhaenyra holds on to Helena because first of all, she cares about Helena because Helena being a seer or whatever means that Rhaenyra is going to be really excited about. Oh, maybe you can help me figure out how to do this and how to deal with the like visions of fire and ice or whatever.
Can I?
So mostly, again, I still agree that it's kind of a dumb decision, but she's holding on to a hostage, and the idea that Alicent really only cares about Helena at this point is kind of what she's leaning on. I agree it's not the greatest, but to me it makes some sense.
Here's what's happening. Can I spoil a little bit of the book?
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. I listen to all the spoilery things when they talk.
This is supposed to be leading up to Daemon Targaryen fighting Aemon on Dragonback at Harrenhal, and they both die.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Snap.
I think the showrunners have realized that the only character people care about in the show is Daemon.
And they're not going to kill him.
And so they're sending
They're not going to kill him.
Alicent to kill her son
And they're both going to
instead
die.
of Daemon.
Maybe. We'll see. Yeah. I'd bet that they'll still end up with Daemon and Aemon fighting on Harrenhal or around Harrenhal. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving too much credit to that. We'll see.
It's so infuriating. And then after the episode's over, no. So then you get the other scene where you're supposed to remember a character that you have, who's had like 2 seconds of screen time in the previous 2 seasons that have been over the course of like 10 years, and so no one remembers. But you have the Valerian army get ambushed. They're supposed to show up and help replace the gold cloaks.
The gold cloaks.
And they get ambushed by somebody.
Well, so it's the guy that you've been seeing with the Hightowers the whole time. You've seen him around. He's been around with the Hightowers the whole time.
And this time you're supposed to remember who it is. And I didn't.
Well, again, what I will say is I did because, again, you're seeing him all around with the Hightowers. Like with the Hightower Targaryen guy that they've been dealing with. Like when the Baratheons, when the fake Baratheons came in to try to assassinate, he's one of the guys there protecting.
Well, he teleported across the country overnight, which is a big problem.
He did also teleport very quickly from where he'd been at with the Hightowers in Tumbleton.
At the end of the episode, I had this note as well.
He's also, by the way, I was just going to say real quick, he's also a character in Andor. He's the friend that they're on the planet with. He's the friend from Andor's original planet.
Sure.
So kind of fun to see him.
Retroactively thinking about the last 2 episodes, it's pretty ridiculous. The Cole plot line is even worse. So Cole was doing guerrilla warfare against the kid who's leading the army with the old boys from the north, right? The grandpas from the north.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Cole's been a huge nuisance. He's like he keeps showing up when we least expect him, and we can't chase him because it's a small army, and he's just a thorn in our side that we can't get rid of, and he's beating us at every turn. And then the kid says, when someone says, what we could do is just run for the castle and try and beat him there. And the kid says, no, we're going to start playing his game. And then the show just decides that their team starts winning now, but doesn't show how. It's Cole was just a nuisance and could predict their every move until he couldn't. And they don't give them any reason.
And now they're projecting his.
Exactly. You're like, there's no tactics. It's just people saying things. It's literally tell, don't show. And they just decide the script decided that they were going to start winning now. When they go through hoops to show you that Cole is like changing his tactics. He's like, no, we're going to do this and sacrifice men to get there even faster. And somehow they just know where he is at every point. When that was the whole plot point, is that they never knew where he was going to be. And then until they do.
Yeah.
And now they do. And it's so dumb. It like just I want to like this show, and I've been defending it
I
for
see
a
your
while.
point. Didn't
and it's
bother me,
just
but I
falling
get
apart,
where you're
yeah.
coming from with it. Was a very
So I'm pretty upset with House of the Dragon after these last few episodes.
I just
It's frustrating
downloaded-
because there is
Yes.
there is some good there, and it's just refuses to latch on to the good.
Yeah,
So
I agree. This episode was very.
Yeah, I've been liking most of it. I still like most of it, but there were a couple of things this episode that were kind of like, what?
Yeah. Man, I just downloaded this Theseus digital copy that I got, and looking through the art, it is pretty awesome. I like it.
next week is more Hot D, more Silo, and that's it. Probably.
It's like it.
Guess so.
Well, I desperately need to do some editing.
Me
I have
too.
no time. This has been. I had just enough time to get both of the interviews in, and then I had enough time to edit the one part of the of Michael F. Caine's interview for the Kickstarter, and it's been the most crazy busy week ever.
Yeah.
I've barely done anything. I've barely had time to breathe. And then I'll sit down and be like, okay, I can edit now, and I'm just like exhausted. But I have time to like watch one episode, and I watched a very quick watch on Apple TV is frigging Sugar.
Oh yeah.
If you have not seen it yet,
I saw the thumbnails. It looks
watch Sugar. Look up nothing.
okay.
The less you know, the better. All you need to know is it's a love letter to classic cinema and film noir. It is a modern, takes place like, when it came out in the current year.
Yeah.
But they don't like date it as much. Like they'll mention, like kind of current events, but they don't like nail it down. Like you'll see the date on their phones, right?
Right.
They're not trying to hide the fact that it's taking place right now, but they also don't date it with like a whole bunch of like current events, right? It is a modernized, in the good way, film noir with Colin Farrell as the lead.
Okay.
And it's Colin Farrell as a PI solving mysteries and kind of like stubbornly refusing to accept modernism. And it is very good. And there is a reasons
and they've
for
got
things.
The last
that are
episode
happening.
of season 2 is coming out this Friday, huh?
Don't. It's very short. The first episode's like an hour long, and
There's
then
an
the rest
episode that's just coming out Friday.
and then the rest of the episodes are 30 minutes. And I think there's like 8 episodes a season. It's very quick. It's a short watch. It is enthralling.
And it's just about done with season 2, it looks like.
And pay
filming
attention.
season 2?
Pay attention.
Literally, it looks like season 2's finale
This
coming
is
out Friday.
this is not a background show like Silo has become. This is a show you pay attention to. You watch. You don't want to skip the intro. It's so good. You watch this movie, and there are strange things. There are intricacies that are very, very good, and they're there for a reason. And it's the way the story unfolds is just very pleasing and very fun. It's very fun, and it's bizarre. And it's really, really cool. It's like clinging on to old-fashionism, like old school Hollywood. It's like almost fighting modernity, and it's on purpose, and it's phenomenal. It's incredibly based too. There are some things that happen where you're like, oh no, this is gonna get woke, and then it zigs when you think it's gonna zag, and you're like, oh no, this is great. This is exposing Hollywood, and it's great. So I need to watch season 2, but the first 2 episodes, yeah.
Nice.
Sugar's great.
Okay.
Also, it's Colin Farrell, so just watch it. He's delicious. He's delicious in this show.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Colin Farrell's good.
He's great. His performance is freaking stellar.
Okay.
It's so good. And yeah, there are going to be things where you're like, oh no, why is it doing this? And then it tells you why it's doing it. It's very good.
Nice.
Yeah, watch Sugar. See you guys next week.
Okay.
Anything else?
Nope. That's
We
it.
good?
Sounds good.
Good.
No,
Okay.
that's all I got.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If it's true, please take a minute to subscribe to the channel, and you can join us along for the ride. And if you pay me, I'll try to be more entertaining. So please consider joining Patreon and getting your name in the credits with pride.
I'd buy that for $1.